What's going on? Oh, hold on. No, no, no. My bad. My bad. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now we're going live. Yeah, dude, you have no idea.
You had small hands like K Mega, you'd be all right.
Oh,
You're
Yeah.
gonna need a little boost here.
What's going on, everybody? We are live. Welcome to the pregame. K Mega is trying to figure some type of problem out right now. We got our boy Jimmy Eat Rose with us today, which is awesome. Whenever we can,
How's it going?
whenever we can kind of like grab him and take him away from his woman, that's what we try to do. Bring him on the show. You know.
I'm like Bigfoot.
Oh, she's possessive, man. She owns all your time.
So, yo, Jimmy, can you go into detail on how you got free tonight, or like?
Well, it involved paying someone a lot of money and rope and lime, and that's all I know.
some duct tape.
That's all you need to know, man. If you know any more, that information can't be used against you in the court of law.
Don't keep her tied up for too long.
Ropers are a bitch, man. I gotta say. Guys, I don't know. It's been kind of a slow news week, right? I mean, not too much happened. At least on my radar, not too much happened.
Well, something that happens once every 5 years, Nintendo has relevant news. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Well, we are talking about the plans for the new user interface for the Xbox, so that's pretty exciting. I don't know what else did we have on the table? I forget, man. Oh.
Two door shocks taped to a PS Vita.
There we go. And don't call it a handheld. Don't you dare
Well,
call that shit a handheld. It must have a dock on it.
The greatest system of all
good
fucking time
Yes.
is upon us.
Hold on. When did Sega come out with another console? Dreamcast 2, right? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Hey
Not
guys,
talking about that at
guys,
all.
not for anything. You guys, you see the graphics for tonight's show, right? I gotta admit, that's pretty badass right there.
Does
Yes,
it do the little click?
It's been nice knowing your channel.
Banhammer.
Oh shoot.
He switched from Xbox to Nintendo.
Well, I kind of figured
Okay.
because
I gotta find a link to the
Switch is
show.
gonna be like a heavy topic tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got so much on the details. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people are asking, "What the fuck is it?" Like, so that's gonna demand a lot of our time. So I figure why not go with that Nintendo Red and really get it going. We got Link over here, Mario, Luigi. We got Mr. Balrog. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Oh my! Wow. Now somebody posted up on Twitter. You know the movie where Adam Sandler calls? Is it called Switch?
Yeah, the console.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. It says, "What if you had a controller that was so fucking small?" And then it says Adam Sandler Switch, but instead of him having the remote in his hand, he got the little
Dude, you
the
know
little
that shit was
Nintendo.
gonna start. Yeah. I don't know. You guys ready to get into it? You want to see the intro?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it.
There's Foos.
All right, Foo said so. Let's do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right.
Just to let you guys know, this will be the last time that you see this intro because I am working on a new one. You'll see why in a second.
Hold up.
What's going on, people? And welcome to the 34th episode of the next podcast. Guys, we have a great show planned for you today. Of course, we only got a couple topics, but these topics, they're so I don't want to say controversial, but there's just so much to talk about with these things that I know it's going to fill up a lot of the time for the show. We do have a special guest today, which is really awesome. I'm going to shout him out real quick. Our boy, Jimmy Eat Rose.
I finally get an Xbox introduction that feels so good. I I love how you've always introduced people like the same as any mother as anyone ever like said. Look at my cute little baby and it's ugly as fuck. Doesn't matter who's on. It's just like hype as fuck. Oh yeah, awesome to be here. Thanks for having me on. It's been like you're saying in pre-game, slow news week, so probably going to be a little bit of a dull show tonight, guys. There's not much going on, so.
Well, yo, Jimmy, that's why we have you on. You're going to be our entertainment tonight. I just want you to know that. So I hope you're ready. I hope you got those one-liners in. You have them written down, ready to go. You know the deal, man.
Got them already.
It's always good to talk to you, man. I don't know, good friend, YouTuber, and I can't wait to hear what you think about like the Switch and everything like that.
Going in.
Yeah, but we gotta introduce everybody else on the panel, and we'll start with the guy that seems to always be last. He's coming live from the 405, and he's just trying to talk to the intelligent gamers out there. My boy, K Mega.
What's the hell up, everybody? This is going to be a fantastic show. We're going to talk about the true greatness that's coming upon us on March 3rd. And
where's the sound effects? I need sound effects.
And we'll also talk about, we'll talk about Xbox supposed to be dead and destroyed. And I'm looking forward to that. And then just whatever hell else we talk about. I mean, I'm pretty sure Don will talk off some nerd stuff and then we'll get into it. And, but the greatest thing that you need to know is that me and Snaps is here. And we're ready to get down. So I am excited about the show. And as always, man, I'm good to be here. Glad to be here with my family, man. So let's go.
No doubt, no doubt. And well, since you said the name, let's introduce the first lady of the Next Podcast, the creator of the nextpodcast.com. Oh, snap, suckers!
Hey guys, happy Saturday. Hey Jimmy, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm really excited to have you on the show. I would like everybody to take a moment and give Xbot a little happy birthday if you can. His birthday's tomorrow. So he's turning super old, and yeah, I'm really excited to be here on the show. I'm a little nervous. I feel like our family is divided right now, all because of these video games. So yeah, let's have a good show and no fighting.
I didn't realize Xbox was turning 12 already.
I am 12.
No, it's 13.
I'm turning 13.
Oh, my bad.
I was about to say.
Hopefully, that's that age, man. Hopefully, my voice gets deeper and stuff. You know that's
Get some
not
chest hair.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Yeah. But thank you for putting me on blast, Snaps. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem.
Yeah. Next on the list, we got the smooth talker of the Next Podcast. That golden voice, Fooskies.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm glad to be here again. We talking Nintendo Switch tonight. It's gonna get crazy, and I'm excited.
Nice.
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's go next on the list. The Wizard of the UWP. If you want to know about apps on Xbox, this guy is the one to talk to. Newark NJ.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of podcast. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. I'm gonna try to keep my cool. I'm gonna just switch it up and keep it short and sweet. Just enjoy the show.
Can he get a sound, Mega? Can he get a sound effect for that? Yo, he said switch it up.
Oh shit!
Oh, you're
Nobody caught that.
Yeah,
Man, your weakness let you down there, New York.
Man, my bad. Yes.
There you go. And next on the list, your lights start dimming and stuff when I'm about to announce this guy. Every time I ask you guys to please stand up, show that respect, kiss that ring, the Don.
Hey, don't worry about K Mega. You're just a little insecure today because we're going to rip apart the Switch today, and it's going to be a great show.
I think what it is he noticed the size of everybody else's hands on the panel, including O Snaps, and he is feeling a little insecure right now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
well, the mystery's out. Now we all know why he just hits the A button. That's all he can reach.
oh,
Until now.
Mega, do you have an answer for this, man? What? Okay, all right.
Yeah. It's when it gets hot, when the time comes, I'm just letting it marinate. So when I start to blow up and explode, everybody will know that I have been victorious and whooped everybody's ass. So let's go.
No, you're only going to be insecure because you're tiny little hands. That's all.
You're right. I'm, okay, make a cornflake. We got to be. I'm exposed.
You know what's funny? Yo, one of the things, man, and I know I'm a part of this panel and all this good stuff, but one of the things I absolutely love about the panel for the next podcast, what you're hearing now is no different than what you hear in a party chat with all of us in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not trying to like sugarcoat anything or sound different at all. This is definitely us talking live to you guys, man, and I absolutely love that, yo, cuz Mega, man, like the last couple of days the party chats have been crazy, dude.
Yes, real crazy. It has been wild.
Well,
I curse a lot more in party chats.
You do.
she got that truck driver mouth, yo.
Just like your mom.
But let's move on real quick. I know a couple people on the panel haven't been able to kind of voice their opinion and stuff about Scalebound being canceled. I know I was able to go in with K Mega BGST and go in and talk about that. I was able to talk about it with O Snaps on her new morning show. So, and I know Mega was able to talk about it, but with our special guest Jimmy, who's kind of come back from the shadows and stuff like that. I got to ask you, Jim, how do you feel about?
Wait a minute. That's not right. We know that our boy is quiet all the time, but Fuski didn't get no introduction, man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he did.
I got one.
Yo, when you watch
Did he?
Yeah, you just got played, sucker.
You
Yeah,
wasn't
got
listening.
played. Claiming victories. Claiming victories, man.
I'm over here working on this stupid thing, and I wasn't paying attention. My bad. I was just trying to get
I
my
appreciate that though.
Yeah,
Looking out for me, brother.
I'm looking
I
out
see
for
you.
my boy, man.
Trying to confuse me, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
on me. That's on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get back to Jimmy here, though. Yo, Jimmy, like I said, coming back from the shadows. You've been gone for a while. I think you've kept an eye on what's going on in the video game industry, Twitter and stuff like that. How do you feel about the Scalebound cancellation, man?
Man, it's gutting for everyone. The one thing I'm going to say, like, first off, if anyone's here saying, like, don't get mad at it, everyone has got a right to get annoyed when they're not promised something, but they're told they're going to get something. We all have a right to expect that to actually arrive, because Xbox are pretty good usually with, not delaying things, not cancelling things. And yeah, I know I'm saying that on the back of sort of Fable Legends and everything, but they usually sort of deliver what they promise us. So everyone's got a right to be annoyed. But my biggest thing with this is the reaction that people had with it was just like, I was just sitting there like with just my jaw hit the floor with people tweeting, Phil, you're not the right person for the job. And I'm sitting there thinking, surely you don't have more information than the guy that's leading the Xbox division has right now. So everyone's got a right to be annoyed at it, but don't sit there sort of reacting the way that people are. Because the one I got into a discussion, I won't like go into the details of it, but I got into a discussion on
we
Twitter
like
with
details
someone
though,
on
man.
this. No. And yeah, basically it was just, look, there's going to be, Phil Spencer's not going to rock up to work one morning and go, hey Mike, you know what I'm going to do today? And Mike Ibarra turns around and goes, what, Phil? And Phil says, I'm going to cancel a game just for the fuck of it. Like, that's just not going to happen.
That's not what they do?
Yo.
That's exactly how I heard it happen, though.
Well, yeah, insider knowledge. So the point is that we don't know all the details why. There's going to be something behind the scenes that it, yeah, it can piss you off, but there's going to be reasons. And obviously, I've got no insider knowledge on what's going on or anything. I'm just a guy with an Xbox. But to me, the way I see it, a possible scenario is that Crackdown is probably one of the most ambitious titles ever, 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 ever. And that can't be the easiest thing to develop. So it's entirely possible that the people over at Crackdown are sitting there having conversations with Phil saying, look, mate, this is cutting it close to the wire here. We might have to delay this. And then a little bit later on in the day, Platinum get on the phone and say, right, we're not looking so good either. We're going to need another 12 months. And I don't know, pulling a figure out my ass here, but 50 million. So Phil's got a couple of problems. He's got potentially, I'm not saying this is the real reason or anything, but he's potentially got 2 delays on his hands. Mm. So he's got less games for this year, more games to cram into next year, putting other games out of their slot, risking games failing. Yeah, we all know the story with games selling less now. And he's got a decision to make. He can either accept 2 game delays and both of those problems, or he can martyr one of them and say, you know what, I'm going to pull that 50 million that Scalebound might be needing, and I'm going to give that to Crackdown to bolster that release date for Scorpio. And at that point, I kind of can't sit there and argue with the guy, because if that was potentially the reason, I kind of want Crackdown more than I want Scalebound.
I can see that. I could
Do you know what I
definitely
mean? And we don't know the situation. I'm not saying that is the reason, but that is a potential reason. And until we know more, don't start taking to Twitter and giving people shit about stuff, because it's just not needed.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Twitter was live and popping through that whole thing, wasn't it, man?
Just a bit, man.
I got you. Well, let's move on down the list here. Foos, were you able to really share your opinion on Scalebound? If not, let everybody know how you feel about that cancellation, and if it's time for you to take your X1 and trade it in for something else, man.
You know, I feel like it's been forever. I mean, when did this news come out? Just what, a couple days ago, right?
A few days ago. A few days ago.
It was after our podcast, but like just after our podcast.
Yeah.
Right. It just feels like it's been forever. Like I've been hearing this and hearing this. I wanted Scalebound. It was one of my it was my most anticipated game for 2017. But I have common sense, and I know that they make business decisions for a reason, and I've moved on. So I'm not mad at Phil for doing it. Like Don was saying, or Jimmy, I mean, they had a reason to do it, and if it was for like Scorpio or any other projects that they have coming up that they have better faith in, I'm for it.
Okay, I got you, man. Let's see, Newark, man. I know you. I don't think you really got a chance to chime in about Scalebound and the cancellation. So,
I was in Twitter Messenger going ham at first, but but I ain't really chime in.
Did he also get some like overreactions on your Xbox Live account too, because of what you said on Twitter?
No.
Me? Oh.
That's what I thought you said earlier in the DM. Sorry about that.
So. No. So, let everybody, who watches the show, let people know, now that you've had a few days and everything like that, what do you think about that cancellation, and what do you think about Xbox, like, kind of moving into the future?
I think what Phil did, he did what was best for the fans. I don't think he's going to let us down from the decision. There's a certain amount of rumors going around about the financial situation of the whole deal, but I think what Phil did, at first I was upset, mm-hmm. But then after a while I found out, like there's probably certain reasons why it happened.
Yeah, I heard.
Next game up though, somebody's got to be hungry, and with Phil saying that he's ready to take a chance, like someone's gonna step up.
But I heard the developer himself, like he's an asshole. Got a crazy attitude problem, and there's no reason why January, at the end of 2016, that the game was still in the alpha phase. because we the game was supposed to have been delayed because it was a crowded lineup. But come to think of it, like the game wasn't even finished,
Pre
and then they
pre
decide
alpha,
that
man.
they want to, yeah. Then they decide they want to take vacations. They got other titles coming out, the little PlayStation titles that's coming out. So it's crazy. The game been in development for so long that it should have been done.
Yeah, I got you, man. I mean, I heard a lot of things like in the background. I heard that Platinum was kind of taking the money that Microsoft was giving them for that project specifically, and they were kind of branching it out into their other projects, such as Nier and whatnot, which would
I'm
kind of,
sure that's what it was.
They're going to get cut straight away if that happens.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
it would make sense if all the other games are on time and this is the only one that is stuck that far back. Like, yeah, you gotta kind of explain yourself a little bit there, right?
Yeah, don't you find it's
Talking
always
about
the
problems
case
with
though
the
when you've got
engine.
like a diva developer that this like shit always happens for some reason or another. You never get answers and never know what it is. But whenever you've got like a character behind the development of a game, that it just seems to take ages to get the game out.
Yeah.
But the tweet that he tweeted back in 2015, did you see that where he was talking about being used as a prop on Microsoft stage and he didn't like the Xbox team doing that, like putting it
Asshole.
out on Twitter?
So
Yeah, I'm
so we
surprised
can
he
we
didn't get
can
canned right there.
best believe that we might not like ever see a Platinum Games game on or the Xbox platform ever again.
To me, that's not necessarily a bad thing because if you look at their entire body of work, their games are hit or miss. Like they definitely hit with Bayonetta. I know there's a couple others, but when it comes to games like Wonderful 101 that was on the Wii U, or the Transformers game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, like they weren't well received by the public. So,
They
like,
they are more missed than hit, right? I mean, if you look at their whole entire body of work, and everything, what's also interesting about all this is they had new contracts signed in the product of developing Scalebound. So
oh,
the contract was signed after they already started Scalebound, and those projects were already released before Scalebound. Multiple different projects like that. You can't say if you're a publisher and you're looking at all that sort of stuff and when they had the contracts, because a certain percentage of the team is, when they say that, like to say 60% of the team or these key employees have to work on this title at all times or whatever it may be, that's part of the contract.
hmm
You can't look at that situation and look at games being signed after Scalebound was signed, finished before Scalebound is, obviously even playable to the public,
uh
right?
huh.
And not look and say, maybe our money's going there in regards to that. And it's kind of looks like a robbing Peter to pay Paul. I mean, I kind of seen this on, you know, honestly, I've seen it for a long time. I really think at the first showing of Scalebound, it did not show very well. It did not run very well on stage. And if you go back and watch it after all the excitement, I think most people can see like frame rate drops. It was kind of bland in the environment. It would just really just didn't show well. Most people were just excited about a new IP at the time.
Mm.
And then you go back to when the second showing is, and when everyone got all excited, I think last E3, and it was supposed to be on the show floor, and that vertical slice didn't even get put on the show floor. It got pulled from the show floor at E3. At then, I pretty much thought that basically this last E3 that the game was going to be canceled, and I'm honestly surprised they gave them until the new year to make that decisions. To be honest with you, Phil's a nicer guy than I would be. I probably would have canned it much sooner. Like in all seriousness, like that money, that company kept spending is IPs that could have been released, IPs that could have showed up on time, right? It could be development that could be shared between other first party studios within Microsoft, right?
hmm
One game is not worth all that sacrifice. And it doesn't matter what game you're excited about. Like if one game taking way too long and way too much and you can't recuperate your cost, man, it's really not worth, keep pushing it out. And this is kind of what I've been saying about Japanese developers in general. They can't release stuff on time. They can't release stuff in budget. They cannot compete with what's going on with the West. That includes the UK, includes Central Europe, includes the US, includes Mexico, it includes Canada, includes all those places. They
Hold on,
can't
did
keep
you
up
just
with
say the
those countries.
Japanese can't keep up with Mexico? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm just
Yes, there's independent people in Mexico that can deliver stuff on time that what we're not seeing for Japan right now.
You're right.
And
You're
we
not.
haven't.
You're not as nice as Phil. Keep going, man.
This is the way I keep looking at it. People love Japanese games, and be honest, like a lot of Japanese games have, I owe a lot to them because that's what's inspired me to do what I do. Today, I can't keep looking to people that can't compete, right? I have to be able to compete with what's going on in the West because that's the leader right now, and it's been the leader for a good 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been behind for a long time. So, love or hate Japanese games, this is the developer that bailed out Kojima, and he can't release something on time. This is not good for Japanese development. He's probably one of the only guys I would have trusted. You know, if I was in Phil's position,
Mhm.
and without him, I don't even know what Japanese developer I can honestly turn to and say, "Hey, why don't you build a game for us?" I don't know of a single one, to be honest with you.
I got you. I got you. Yo, I just want to give a shout out to Alan. Yo, Foos. Like I told you, man, you had some great gameplay, and our boy Alan out there actually said it just now. He was like, "Yo, some great gameplay going on." Foos got that Batman.
I
Got
see that, and yo,
Hey,
congratulations
Alan,
on
congrats on the
getting that
job, Alan.
moderator. Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to say,
sir.
congrats on the position.
All right. Well, I mean, pretty much, we've been. It's been a few days. We've been able to swallow the whole Scalebound cancellation. I know it was one of my most anticipated games, but from what I hear, kind of like in the background and stuff like that, with the kind of like diversion of funds, kind of like Platinum Games just giving a huge middle finger to Phil Spencer and Xbox, and of course they won't come out and just say that publicly, because there's something called PR, and it just seemed like Xbox was kind of like it, they Phil Spencer went in for as long as he could, and finally he was like, you know what, if they're gonna release this game now at 2019 instead of 18, and they're asking for so much more money, we might as well just cut our losses right now, and then take that money and to put it into you know other projects that are coming down for Xbox One. So I could definitely see that. That doesn't mean that I'm not disappointed. That doesn't mean that I wasn't upset when I heard it. But like everybody on the panel has said, you don't know the complete story, and I have been blessed to be able to talk to certain people within the industry, and it's not a lot of good news like on Platinum side with how they were treating the project. So we move on. Let's move on to some good news actually. It seems that Mikey Barra has come out and talked about a new update for the Xbox One user interface that deals with Newark. What's it called? The creators update.
Creators.
It is update.
All right.
Content creator update.
Newark. Can you just kind of quickly run down kind of like the list of stuff that we can expect with the creators update? Because I know you've been on top of this news like crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't have the list on hand, but from memory, first and foremost, the Beam app being able now, from what I'm hearing, it's not going to be an app, but it's going to be integrated into the UI itself. So that sounds like it's going to be great. Also for Windows, I think Windows 10 is going to get the game mode. I think they got it now, but they're going to add more features as time goes on this month. Everything that coming with the update is supposed to be released this month for Windows 10 insiders and the Xbox preview crowd. We're also getting a new guide. Now, I think we discussed this before on another podcast, but the guide is like you push the button one time, it will snap to the left hand side. You will have the all the broadcast tools and everything right there. And they said a lot of stuff that users asked about that's not announced will be talked about in the Major Nelson podcast next week. So
Nice. So yeah, basically
make
what
sure you check it out.
So basically, what they're doing is they're kind of switching the home button function, or the, I still call it the dashboard button. I don't know if anybody else calls it that, like from back,
Dashboard button.
yeah, from back from like the 360 era or whatnot. But for people who don't know, like when you're playing a game, if you want to record something, you don't have Cortana, you don't have the headset hooked up or whatever, you can double tap that dashboard button, and you would be able to go in and hit Y to record a screenshot, X to record gameplay. They're kind of redoing that whole thing, and instead of hitting the home button twice, you're just going to hit it once. So I think they're reversing that functionality. So now, like, to get out of the game and go to your home screens, I think you're going to have to hit the dashboard button twice. And then they are refining the entire guide. This is some of the stuff they're putting into it. You have you can adjust your DVR length, like the time that you want your DVR to record, anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes, and options in between. That'll be in your guide when you hit the dashboard button just once. All right.
That's going to make things so much quicker.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, because there's some times where I want like only 1 minute of gameplay, but I always have it set to 3 minutes, just because
Yep.
I feel like 3 minutes will get like everything I want for that recording or whatnot. But now to
Yeah.
be able to switch it on the fly like that, that's gonna be awesome for me.
Yeah, I need that because like when I launch Halo 5, I go into the settings and switch it to 45 seconds so I could catch those kills, kill streaks and stuff like that. But when I start playing something else, I switch it back to 3 minutes.
And it's kind of a pain in the ass to go into settings and go
Yeah,
into preferences and go to the DVR. Like you go really deep into the user interface just to be able to change it. So to have it right up there on that guide, that's really cool. Not only that, they're like refining and bringing out a new Cortana that's going to be attached to that guide as well, which is that sounds pretty cool. New achievements. They're gonna do they're changing achievements again, guys. Um, like I don't know, but they're redoing the achievements and putting it on that guide as well. You're gonna have your leaderboards for your friends and stuff like that in that guide as well, and you can adjust your background music. So that's a lot of stuff to kind of switch up, right? I mean, that's a lot of options right there. Um, I want to hit O snaps first. O snaps with all these things that they're talking about with this new guide. Are you excited for this? Do you think it's man? What do you feel about them changing this guide to this way?
I'm gonna tell you how I feel. If it doesn't work, I don't want it. All right. I've already been having issues with DVR. I've not been able to do any clips or anything. Yeah, it sounds great. So long as it works, I'll be happy with it. Like, I mean, as far as the home screen button or dashboard button or whatever, like it doesn't matter to me. Changing the time of the clips, like that's important. It makes it easier for us when we record our gameplay and whatnot. But I've been having a lot of issues right now, so I'm not really happy and thrilled like you guys are.
Okay, so but if it irons it out and everything like that, does this sound like features in a guide that you would want to have?
Yeah, of course. I mean, but like, all right, so right now I don't have a record that button right now. My Xbox record that isn't working. So I've been using the Elgato, right? I don't know if this is happening to anybody else. So obviously
did
they're
you hard
already
reset?
putting, yeah, a couple
Oh,
times,
okay. Oh, okay.
and shit just keeps going wrong. So I'm a little bit on the other side of the fence. Like if it works, yeah, it's gonna be great. But I'm so used to saying Xbox record that or Xbox, double tapping the home screen and hitting the X button if I can't talk to it. So right now I feel lost and annoyed. But you know,
I got
I
you.
don't know.
I got you. Now, like with Cortana, because I know O Snaps, you use the Xbox feature. You don't you shut off Cortana. With
Yeah.
Cortana being put into this guide, do you think you would actually use her more as well, or no?
Yeah, probably because I'm always like when I come home from work at night at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I walk in the room, I'm like, "Hey, Cortana," and I have to shut off the TV or whatever. So I kind of get used to it, and then I accidentally tell my Xbox Cortana and stuff like that. So I'll probably go back to it. I had a lot of issues with Cortana when Cortana first came out, so that's kind of why I stopped using Cortana. And yeah, now it'll probably be a lot easier for me.
All right, cool, cool.
I might actually call her Siri or something by accident, but
Yeah,
we'll figure that out.
well, that's because of you and that damn iPhone. But
I
anyway,
love iPhone.
oh my goodness. Yeah, I have to call this guy next because he has just been so calm and quiet. It's not even like him. I gotta make sure he's awake here. Yo, Mega, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh my goodness, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
you skipped me and everything on the last topic, but that's
Well,
okay.
that's because, like I said, me and you were able to really talk about this on BGST. I believe we've come out with videos and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I really wanted to hit the panel, for people who haven't had that outlet. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. No, no, it's all good. That's why I'm just waiting for my time for when we get to the next topic. But for
Uh,
this, um, it's when I see it, I'm excited. For right now, everybody's having issues because you can tell that they're doing something and I'm with the previews program, so you can tell it. It's a lot of stuttering, a lot of problems with Cortana. But as long as when they do this, that it's fixed, it works, everything is smooth. I got no problem with it. Now, again, this is the one reason why a lot of people shouldn't be so hell bent on achievements, because if they change them again, then what's the purpose? I mean, that's why I prefer playing the games. But I will say this: I am excited about the diamonds thing. It has got me into wanting to get achievements more when I see those diamonds because they're rare.
oh hell
Other
yeah!
than that, yeah. Other than that, though, I mean, I'm definitely excited about that, especially when you're recording gameplay and you got a chance to stop it. That's the biggest thing. I think that's huge for any type of YouTuber or anybody that wants to show their gameplay.
Hmm.
It's really cool. And then the whole moving the camera around stuff, like, I mean, the screen around and all that. I don't know how much I'll use that, but it's a cool feature to have. I mean, it just shows why Xbox is the most innovative console ever made. The Xbox One is top notch when it comes to that.
I got you. Yo, Mega, like you brought up something that I really want to kind of build off that. You said with the DVR function and being able to change the times and stuff, it's good for YouTubers and stuff like that. Do you think this
Mhm.
is really gonna make a difference to like any of the more casual people that aren't doing it to create content? Do you think it'll attract them to create content more? Do you think it's something that they'll look into and be like, "Damn, that sounds like an awesome feature," and kind of get into it?
Yeah, they could. I don't know. I mean, it's just the same thing with the share button for PlayStation. There'll be people that like to show their gameplay, but I think it's more of a YouTuber thing. It might get more people to want to do, show gameplay instead of, having a channel where you talk about games, just show nothing but gameplay. But, I think it's good all around the board for gamers to have that option. That's what it's always about, is having the option. Whenever you feel like you want to do that, here it is right there for you. So I'm all
Nice.
for it, man.
Nice, nice. Yo, Jim, what do you think about this new UI? All this like new stuff and how they're reworking that kind of like guide that is like an overlay on the left hand side of your screen. Are you excited for these changes? Let us know, man.
Yeah, I'm happy that I don't have to book an appointment to turn my fucking Xbox off. Honestly, that thing's been getting slower and slower. Nah, in all seriousness, like who else of the big three sort of keep updating the UI to the point that Microsoft do? Like no one else does it, and it's not like a fanboy comment or anything like that. It's just no one else does. So just yeah, just accept the updates. I know things are changing and stuff like that. Like you said, with like the way the achievements work and what's located on the left, we'll get used to it. Within about a week, we'll all be sitting there saying, "Why wasn't it like this the first time around?"
Well,
Everything's looking just to get quicker and more easier, and yeah, just benefit everyone all around. Content creators, like the whole Beam integration as well, like no one's touched on that so far. That's going to be huge for people because there's so many people that are trying to get into stream and everything, and you've got to go from one app to another and have your phone on the go and your laptop set up and everything. Everything's just going to work sort of straight out of the box, and yeah, that they seem to just get it, and it might be sort of incremental updates. We'll get there eventually, but yeah, it's nothing but a good thing in my eyes.
I got you. You see, and Jim, it's funny because you pulled up what I was talking about before we went live, and it's like I understand the innovation and keep making things better and stuff like that. And I asked all you guys, and um, do you guys get tired of every time you get used to something, like it gets changed on the Xbox One? Like every time you get used to the user interface and what you could do with the guide and all that good stuff, it seems like, hey, no, we got a better way to do it, and it's coming next week. So guys,
Never,
relearn it
never get
all.
sick of it.
No,
I do.
No.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say, man, I hope that this is the
it.
interface that we're going to see, and that's going to be on the Scorpio, and it's going to roll, and you got to keep it there and focus primarily on making your service more sociable. Like I said,
try to an old man thing because both Bot and K Mega are not into having it change.
Dude,
man.
you're no spring
No,
chicken
no,
yourself,
no.
man.
I'm no
all
spring
for
chicken,
it.
but I'm the same way. Like I don't like my things changing either a ton because like man, I don't have time for this. I want to move on. I just want to get into the game and get out. Right.
Mm.
Yeah, so it must be an old man thing because I used to look forward to on the 360 when it used to change all the time, right?
Well, no,
Right.
360 had like
I don't know.
three
I'm
changes
excited.
in 10 years though.
Yeah,
No,
I'm excited
I'm
too.
excited too, but I'm saying, okay, look, this will be the third change in 3 years. I mean, they should
remember the 360. Yeah, the 360 was 2 changes a year. It was the spring update and the winter update, the fall update.
But they still were they were minor changes. These are huge changes.
Yeah.
No, the 360
No, they
had
made some big changes.
four different UIs. The 360 had 4 different UIs.
Newark, come on
4
now.
different UIs in 10
from
years.
day one launch.
This is still the same
All
UI with different changes.
All right. Let
Okay.
Newark talk.
Day one launch for the X1 to now, it was completely different.
But it's the same thing though. The same Xbox with the same
They
black
just moved the
background. You know what I mean?
tiles.
With the same window when you push the home button. It ain't like we push the home button and we got a Windows 10 desktop background. Like you get what I'm saying? Like like the 360 had the blades first, then it went to the little tiles, then the avatars, then
it's huge.
then the
But they were subtle.
then the tile. Nah, there was entire overhauls.
No, it's so extreme, K Mega. They actually had to bring the blade system back as like a little home
In a
button
way,
because
yeah.
because it was such a big change for him. I mean,
you know what? And
maybe
that was the
adopted
reason.
better.
And that was the reason why the Xbox One was to a lot of people like foreign, because they were so used to what was going on with the 360. And then when you come up there to the Xbox One and then everything is different, then that was another reason why people were like, you know what, man, I'm just more comfortable because the PlayStation UI has never changed. It's absolutely the same. And
because they can't.
Yeah. Well, no, they can't. Well, they probably could if they wanted to. But the point of it is that people are more comfortable with familiar things. And if you change them subtly, then that's fine. I understand the 360 did that crazy big update, but every time that I got in there, I can understand what was going on. With the Xbox One, that was foreign to me. That was a lot of people that bought theirs day one and didn't do anything but just play games. They didn't try to hook up their televisions or anything. They was like, this shit is too complicated. That's the thing that I'm saying. Let it rest after this. If
you think about it, coming from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One, the Xbox One was a basic user interface. They still had the tiles or whatever like that. But yeah, right. I feel what you're coming from. But now with these updates, they put an advertisement on the dashboard, and it's something that a lot of people don't even use. If you push the start button on the home screen, it says help. You know what I'm saying? You go down to help, and it got videos and for everything. A lot of people don't know that. But
I got you.
I don't think this. Yeah,
guys,
I don't think this is like a. Go ahead, bye.
Yeah, I just want to point out something real quick, guys. Definitely check out Snap's gameplay that's going on right now. Yo, this is one of the weirdest fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
Don't judge me.
What the fuck is this?
It's got K Mega's yellow ass on it. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man,
what was that? The poop simulator?
Yo.
Oh,
I saw her playing this in the living room.
I remember this.
Yo,
you gotta put them in the head.
Oh snap! What's the name of the game again? Do you remember?
Plug and play.
Plug and play.
Yeah. Wasn't this on 360 or something like that?
It's
I
on
don't know. I
PC
had it
right
on
now.
Steam and I bought it, and then I never played it like 3 months ago. So I just
Because
started playing it.
then you will have to link. You will have to link two of them together with the same. Like
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I
it's
can't
really
wait to get my
fucked up.
hands on this with the Joy Cons. That's going to be
Oh
awesome.
goodness.
So you can stroke the little man up and down.
Yeah.
All right.
Here
Well,
we go. Here we go.
there we go. Well,
Uh-oh.
we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Hold on, man. We got a couple more people to talk about the new UI. Yo, Foos, we didn't get to hear what you thought about the changes that are coming fairly soon. Are you part of the preview program, Foos?
Yeah, I'm part of the preview
All right, so
program.
you're going to be getting it sooner than a lot of people out there. What do you think about these changes? Does it sound good to you, man?
Yeah, I'm straight with it. I mean, like they were saying earlier, that 360, got all those updates, and every time they got one, it was like a piece of candy to me. I like new shit. So, you know, I think they're gonna make it better. Right now, like everyone was saying, also the UI just seems to be slow and clunky and not really working well. So if it's that they're gonna do this and it's gonna fix everything and make everything, easier to access, I'm cool with it.
I got you, man. You know what I noticed? A lot of people. I've seen Oh Snap struggling with the menus and such on her Xbox One, and
You see me struggling or
yeah,
like flipping out and shit.
yeah. I was trying to be nice about it, but yeah, like full blown flipping out and stuff like that. I gotta say, with my console, I have the Elite, and it seems to the Elite Xbox, not even the S, seems to run the smoothest out of all three devices so far. So um,
That's a solid state.
yeah, I don't deal with a lot of these problems that a lot of people are talking about, but I can't sit there and say, well, no, you're not having those problems because I'm not, because that doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully
Yeah.
with this new update, this is a big year for Xbox. So I think this is only the first part of a major update that we're gonna get before the holidays. And then, yo, Mega, I'm in your corner, yo. I hope after this is pretty much it for a while. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They got everything together. We could learn it, get used to it, and use it for an extended period of time. You
It's
know what I'm
not
saying?
it though. That's the thing.
What happened?
It's not it. Like think about it. When the Scorpio really like it's a fall and spring thing. Like you got the content update. I mean the creators update. Before that it was what was it? It was I forgot what it was. But I think it's different update that add new features to the console. But I don't think as far as troubleshooting like fixing things that's a problem now. I think it's going to be basic. I think they're trying to make it real basic because a lot of people they get the statistics of what everybody's doing on the console, and I think they see like a lot of people probably not using Cortana or having problems with Upload Studio and stuff like that. So I think I think as far as fixing things, I think this probably be all right. But as far as adding new features, I don't think this is it.
I
Yeah,
got
Well,
isn't it just stuff in the left hand guide as well? It's not really
well.
going to
See,
change anything really. It's just going to add a few. You're going to
well,
have less steps to get
it's
to
kind
anything.
of it's kind of changing what pops up when that overlay comes up. Now, I'm I want updates to come out. Yeah, newer features and stuff like that is awesome. As long as they get the infrastructure and the framework down pat. All right, then I'm fine with whatever they add to it afterwards. All right, I think that's what me and Mega, I think that's what we're on the same page about. Is it's not just that
Yeah.
they're coming up with these new things, is that it's the infrastructure is kind of changing. All right, and
right.
once
Yeah.
and once they get that down solid, then add all the fucking features you want to. I don't care. As long as the core things like are there.
Gameplay is so messed up.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
Snap, you could really get sued for sexual assault by some of the options you can click
Man,
on that
this
shit.
is this damn gameplay
Is
is
this
gonna get
human
your shit
centipede or
flagged.
something?
I told her to put caption over
Oh,
it
you
and
know
said
what?
PC
No,
elitists.
I see.
That's what I
I
wanted
seen
over
this
it.
from this gameplay from Dashy XP,
Oh,
man.
plug it
This
into
is a
the
weird
ass.
game.
I can guarantee you, every single person that I've seen play it was like, "This is the weirdest fucking game I've ever played."
So it's
That's
probably gonna
wild.
get a sequel. That's all I gotta say. It's probably gonna
Yeah.
get a sequel.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
now
shout
that's
out
the
to the
thing.
91 people watching. Thank you guys for
Oh,
joining us. We
Yes.
really appreciate
Nice.
it. You're all amazing.
But
yo,
that's all the thing that I'm saying is that look, I when I see that they're making enhancements, that's cool. I'm not tripping about that. But let's slow down and let people get used to it first. I mean, just think about for the people that had the Xbox from day one to now the people that's having that has the, just from day one, and how many changes, drastic changes, I may add, that they've implemented. And that's what I'm saying. That turns people off. I mean, let me get familiar with what I'm doing yet. I mean, it's just like with your cell phone. You have a 2-year plan, and to lease, and you might not mess with everything that's on your cell phone, but you could, what I'm saying, but their changes is not as drastic, like every couple of months or every year. You know what I'm saying? They do it, at a small pace to where people can, or subtle to where they don't know that the change is there, and then they might have to read something or get a tutorial.
Well,
Yeah.
I swear I heard somewhere that it was supposed to be more Xbox 360 guide like. Did
Oh,
anybody else hear that?
Yeah, with the blades. Yeah, I
It's,
did hear
it's still
about that.
no, it's still coming out from the left hand side of the
yeah.
screen.
Well, yeah, on the left-hand
I
side, but I
I think
heard
the
somewhere that
360
they said it
part.
was going to be similar.
I think the 360 part is just hitting the dashboard button one time to bring it up, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
what happened on the 360. You see what
Oh,
I'm saying?
okay. Right.
Um, I love having that DVR function. I'm gonna use that so much, be able to change the length of time for the game captures and stuff like that. I'm definitely gonna use that. I'm excited for the update. I just gotta still I'm still on the same page as Mega. Once they clarify and have a clear foundation or structure to where they're putting all these options, then you can add on all the features you want. But I'm hoping that this year, they really refine it and say, you know what, this is the structure that we're going forward with, and then add features on top of that. I don't care. I'm down for that. You know what I'm saying?
One thing we haven't just quickly, I'll fire this towards maybe K Mega knows a bit more because like PC gamer and all. That part of the update is the game mode thing on PC or whatever it is. Like it makes it run smooth or anything.
Snaps.
Oh shit! Are you
Sorry.
watching this too?
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Oh,
Oh shit!
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's going on?
it's
Oh
like
my
you're getting
gosh!
turned
Snaps
on and turned
gameplay.
off at the same time. Like that's crazy.
Oh no.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
you hit a home run.
Oh.
You hit a home run this week, Snaps. I gotta say that, yo. Definitely. But yeah, I think Jimmy was asking Mega about the game mode.
I don't know what I was asking.
Uh-oh.
Cheating everything
Yeah.
right now
I'm
about
sorry,
life.
guys.
How does the game mode work? Like, is it going to actually impact anything, or is it just like something in the background that it's for developers more than us?
PC than it is for the home console, from what I
Yeah.
understand. The game mode it essentially takes the same kernel from the Xbox, right, and just turns off. You don't need running on your PC, basically.
Mhm.
That's currently running in the background, and people delete. They can turn off, certain tasks, but there's certain tasks that are still running in the background that you're not even aware of. And this is do a little homework, PC guys. This is what happens, okay? And you don't have access to that. So what this does is it automates the things that you could turn off that are necessarily just to. And this increases the efficiency of games because games require a lot more power. I mean,
Mhm.
just simple as that. So it's unifying the experience between the console and the PC. So
I got
it's
you.
good for PC.
Now, Don, with that being said, now game mode in this update when it comes to the X1, do you see game mode like shutting off certain background like operations and stuff like that so this way the console will give a steadier performance to a game or something like that, man?
They hinted at that, but I can't imagine what they would be shutting off in the
Me
background. And
neither.
then, that goes outside of my expertise because I don't do assembly code. I mean I don't do that. I'm not.
You
That's
gotta
not
you
where my
gotta
talent
start learning
lies.
that, man, because we're gonna ask you these questions. So I'm just saying.
I have a
But my
question.
talent lies more on the graphic side of things. So I
You're
I
a
have a
mean,
graphic
question for you,
designer.
Don, real quick. Now, I read an article
yeah.
stating that game mode will also benefit the Scorpio for the as far as UWP titles go. So do you think that's the reason why they're promising title sitting 4K 60 frames per second? Like I've seen that. I've
Well,
seen that a lot as far as game mode goes.
well, yeah, because they can guarantee what they're gonna do, right? They can't guarantee what a third party person is gonna do. They can only set the stage and the example for a third party of what they can accomplish with the hardware, and that's really the first party has that's their real main role. Outside of creating content that's unique to that platform, their unique role is to provide a kind of a roadmap of what third party can do on that platform. So yeah, I think it's going to help with UWP. There's still things that are unanswered about the game mode sort of thing. I don't have access to it. One of my Xbox Ones, my launch one that I bought, I turned that actually into a dev kit. So, I have access to some things, but not to the game mode and UWP. I don't have access to all that stuff yet. Just because I have to go through. There's some stuff I have to go through in order to get permission for all that sort of thing. So.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, yo, Don. I know you just kind of talked a little bit at length, but we didn't really get your thoughts on the UI and stuff like that. So, what do you think about the new changes that are coming down fairly soon? I'm hearing like the preview program is going to get it like next week, so you're going to get it later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you think,
So
man?
yeah, you know what? It's a innovator die sort of thing, right? I mentioned earlier, us older guys don't like change a whole lot, and I think that's true for the younger crowd as well. But I think older you get, the more you just don't want to have to deal with all that sort of stuff.
Hmm.
But other people look forward to things being new, things being different. And I remember myself, I try to look back at the 360 year. I actually looked forward to all those changes. I liked all those sort of things. It seems like everything Microsoft has done, they built the foundation of what the platform is going to be with the layout of the current UI, and they're just kind of adding to it in essentially in layers. And so I think it's totally fine. I don't like the double tap feature on the jewel button on the controller. So if it goes to a single tap, that's a welcome change personally for myself.
Mm.
I love the integration of. I'm not much of a streamer, but if I'm going to stream something, I don't want to plug a Elgato, which screws up your latency, or the quality of the signal going to your television. I don't want any of that sort of stuff. I want to integrate it in the actual hardware itself, but not affecting the overall performance of the hardware. So, to me personally, all that stuff is a welcome change, and you guys see it from the preview program, and you hear about your guys' frustrations. But when the final product actually hits the platform that we all have right all at home, it seems to work well. It seems to work really well. Matter of fact, when they went to all the diamond changes, I remember people complaining about certain smoothness of the UI not working, and when the changes actually happen on the base platform that everyone else has, it was working smooth as butter.
Mm.
And people seem to complain at like the worst changes seem to happen like right before the thing goes live, but somehow they pull all together at the very very end.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of it's that's kind of how development
So
works,
so Don,
UI game or whatever it may be. So
So Don, I just want to ask: Are you giving props to everybody in the preview program for testing this stuff out and giving feedback and everything like
oh,
that? So this
oh,
way,
absolutely, absolutely. I don't have patience for that stuff right now. I really don't. Like anyone that's contributing or, just having it run in the background or, procedure, they want you guys to report helpful, but everyone contributes a little bit something, and that's huge. That makes a better platform for everybody else. So yeah, shout out to everyone that does that. So
nice. And on behalf of everybody in the preview program, I accept your accolades, sir. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. Uh, all right, guys. Well, we basically got through the first two things that I wanted to talk about. I think we are now getting to the meat of the show. It seems there's been an unveiling this week of a certain piece of hardware. I don't necessarily know what to call it, except people are calling it the Nintendo Switch.
The flip
Stop
flap.
it.
Thank you. That was right on point with how I was saying that too. I
The
appreciate that.
Switch.
Let me tell y'all something. The people,
Yo, he can't even get
it's
through the
nobody's,
intro.
it's nobody's fault that y'all was excited for a
yo,
child's console, man. And
yo.
you know,
Con, con,
it's about to go.
it's about to go down, man.
It's gone
Yo, Newark's
crazy.
about to take over the show completely.
Do it.
All right, well let's get into it. All right, they had this. How long was the presentation again? It wasn't that long, right? It was
I think it was like an hour.
only like an hour. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's another good thing.
It
So
felt like about 5.
I got a list of things to talk about here when it comes to this. First, I want to talk about the presentation or the show. So, you know what, Newark, we'll start with you. What did you think about the show for the unveiling of the Nintendo Switch as a whole? Was it entertaining to you, man?
No, it was weird to me. I mean, I'm not going to get into the console, but it was a little
Oh, we're getting
freakish
into the
type weird to
console.
me.
We're getting into the
Like
console.
it was weird to me. The guy that was translating it, he seemed like he wasn't interested in, like, seemed like he was bored. I don't know. It was weird. It was Japanese weird to me.
I
Worse
got
than Sony weird to me.
worse than Sony. So
Yeah, they had one less clapper, huh?
you would rather have Cerny up there talking about the Switch than what you saw at the presentation, man?
Nah, he's worse. Nah,
All
no.
right, all right. Yo, Don, what did you think about the presentation? Did you check it out?
Yeah, my phone died somewhere in the middle of it when I was
Died from
in the
boredom.
party playing with
Oh,
everybody else. Yeah, we were playing Gears while watching it at the same time, and it was probably not the most efficient way to do it, but by how they did it, I mean, I'm not excited about the hardware, what they finally released or anything like that, but they did their own thing, and that's what Nintendo does, and they hit all the key points they wanted to talk about. So, grading the presentation of what they know doing that's fine. But if you have to buy, I'm not excited for it at all, to be honest with you.
I got you. I got you. Yo, Jim, our special guest, Jimmy Eat Rose, man. Did you check out the Switch presentation?
Yeah, unfortunately, I watched it while I was at work, and we all know that you can't work and watch videos at the same time.
Okay.
And I lost a lot of money watching that shit.
Oh
Oh my
no.
god! Literally, when that thing came on and the main guy in Nintendo walked out and no one clapped, whether it's just a cultural thing, I don't know, but it was just eerie. The whole thing was just fucking weird as shit. And when the guy came out in his like 12-year-old son's pajamas to talk about whatever he was talking about, I was like, the whole presentation was just a miss. From I think the translators was the worst thing because they didn't have a clue what they were on about. They really did. I don't think any of them could actually talk Japanese. I just think they were making it up as they went along. They were just like, yeah, tablet, Sega guy on stage, FIFA. They just
FIFA.
they didn't know what they were going on about. They're making up as they go along. You'd have thought that a company like Nintendo, if like the whole thing's got to be planned from from the start anyway. And I'm on about the actual people giving the talks. Surely you would have your interpreters with a script in front of them. And yeah, maybe they need to speak Japanese in case they go off script. But surely you just say, right, read down that list at roughly the pace that that guy's reading and make it sound exciting because we have got to hit however many millions of Western people here as well.
Mm.
And they just don't seem to get it. I think it was Noof in the chat saying they're happy and content to just march to their own drum. 100%. They just do what they want to do, and I think they're just happy just carrying on at their own pace. They don't get if they sort of like conform to what we expect in terms of presentation, and we'll go into the hardware and the games afterwards. But in terms of just the message that you send, it was so Nintendo.
So Nintendo, there you
Yeah.
go. There you go, man. Oh snaps! Did you get a chance to check out the Switch presentation? If so, what do you think? Enter-
Um,
Entertaining?
I mean, I really don't want to milk a cow ever. So I really feel like that's some type of pervert's dream type of shit.
You
I
have been
cannot.
waiting this
You,
whole
you
show to
you
say
just see,
that.
but did you just see your gameplay though, right?
Okay,
That was
no,
weird.
Yes,
Yo, good shit, Newark.
indeed.
Good
but
shit.
that
No
was an
defense here.
accident, though. Okay, I
Sorry.
just
She
played the
was
game.
playing on a Switch when she was playing that.
All right, I played the game not knowing what I was getting myself into. I'm not gonna sit there and pretend to milk a cow or a bull or whatever the fuck they're setting you up to do. Aside from that, I feel like everything is just entirely too small. It really bothers me. I'm not exactly. I know that I said it was trash on Twitter. Um, but I'm not fully against it, but I'm not for it, I guess. I don't know how to really put it. I'm getting Xbox One for his birthday, so he gets an
What?
IOU. What?
Excuse me?
Yeah, you didn't know that though, right?
Wow. Well, yo, I better sell that shit like on
Gonna get forced against your
Get on
will to
eBay.
play
online.
it.
Online while Nintendo is only shipping like 10 per store.
No, don't worry about it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I have mixed emotions. Like it looks stupid as hell. I'm really annoyed with the fact that it's so small and it's so it's a tablet. It's a fucking tablet, but I don't know. I
I-
lost my train of thought because one of the kids is standing here while I'm cursing and
He's
I
probably
didn't know
staring
he was
at you
here.
too, like, really, Ma? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
but I didn't know he was creeping behind me until he like went and grabbed my arm. They were in the room with the
Yo,
door shut playing the Wii.
everybody watching the chat, I gotta say, I love our kids to death, but they are the creepiest group of children you will ever meet in your life, yo.
Children of the Corn type of
Oh
shit.
my goodness. They
Mm.
are. They learn from the best, I'm saying. Uh,
For me.
Mhm.
yo,
They're children in the corner. What console are they playing right now?
A Wii at the
they're on
moment.
the Wii U
Oh.
right now.
Okay, I'm just asking. Just want to clarify there.
Yo, Mega, what did you think about the presentation for the Switch? Did you find it entertaining? Were you amused by this whole show? What's going on, man? What?
The savior of gaming
Oh
is
shit!
now back, and I cannot wait. Day one purchase.
No, we're talking about the presentation, though, man. We're talking about how they showed
Hey,
this stuff.
let me look. I stay quiet for this moment.
Stay
Shut up.
focused. Stay
I'm
focused, man.
focused.
Get to that.
Shut up. Let me talk about it. Let me give praise to Nintendo,
Oh,
the savior of gaming. Look, let me just be clear here. I'm very excited for the Switch, but that presentation needs to be sent to motherfucking Hades. That shit was wild as a motherfucker. Now look, I came in kind of late, and I I come in and I see this crazy ass game called Arms. And then I seen this dude, and then I seen Splatoon, and then I seen the dude doing the dap with some Splatoon guns. I said, "What the hell is this?" Like, I'm like, "What is this?"
that
And then
wasn't a dap, man.
I,
I don't know what that
maybe it was
was.
an Asian dab. I have no idea what the hell that was, but like and he had the overcoat on and shit. Then, like the creepiest thing, I know that there was a lot of creepy things going on, but the creepiest thing to me was the dude that looked like a bad guy from Sleeping Dogs that just came up there and was talking about that he had a game coming. He had on the black shirt and the tight white pants, and he looked like some kind of like he was gonna do some yakuza shit and kill everybody in the damn place. It was ridiculous. It was the worst show I've ever seen in my life. And the PSX show, the PSN experience, not this year, of course, but the one last year. I thought that was the worst show I ever seen, but Nintendo took the cake.
Took the
This
cake.
was this was odd, embarrassing, grown ass men, and I mean old ass men. People call me old. No, there was some old fucks out there looking corny as hell, man. I don't know what the hell was going on, but
All
you
right,
know,
I'm gonna chime in at the end here, man. I'm hearing all this negativity for the show and all this good stuff, but yo, let's move on down the line to that golden voice. Yo, Foos, what did you think about the presentation? Were you able to check it out, man?
Yeah, I checked it out, and I don't know what y'all saw, but I was cracking up from beginning to end on that shit.
Yo, me
Did you
too.
did you see that dude's suit when he came out, and that shit was like high watering like he was waiting for a flood.
Yeah, man. That was
It's me.
wild,
Was
boy.
it?
Oh man, no. Honestly, though, it was a pretty dull presentation. I keep hearing people say that that's the way Japanese, their
we
culture is. They don't
we
really
being
clap and all
racist,
that.
yo. We're attacking the Japanese people. We being racist.
No, that we're not being racist. We're being realistic.
No,
That
no,
shit
I'm
is
just
not
playing,
right.
Mega.
That shit was
No,
horrible.
that's their way of life, man. But
Yeah,
go
it's
ahead,
it's
fools.
definitely different from ours. It's definitely
It's
switched.
wrong. It's wrong.
You say Switch?
I did.
Hmm.
Well, what's going on? Somebody threw a can or something. What the fuck's going on?
Nah, that
This is the weirdest
nah,
show
I'm
ever.
still on I'm on the grill and I came in the kitchen.
Yo,
I had to that was me.
Yo, Mega, speaking of weirdest show, I do want to give a major shout out to everybody watching. We have eclipsed 100
Oh
viewers.
shit!
Oh
Holy
shit.
crap!
Embrace the
happening?
weird, guys. Embrace the weird.
Bot
Hey,
making that
shout out to
big
101.
Oh,
dollar bill,
Wait.
y'all.
Wait, we reached 100 while talking about Nintendo. That's an accomplishment
That's
right there.
amazing right there, man. Oh my
That's
goodness. All right, guys, let me
Oh no, it's back down to 99.
I don't even know what's going on
And they've
anymore.
realised what's going on.
Yo, let me just chime in real quick.
Jimmy, you part of greatness right now, man.
I know, right?
Yo, guys, let me just chime in on the show real quick. I understand it was weird. I understand there was whole high water this, dap that, and all that good stuff. I have actually ventured off into Japanese kind of like TV and stuff like that to get a better picture of like that
Expect you
culture.
cut out.
Oh yeah.
You cut out. Yeah, whatever you were saying.
All right.
You're
well,
back then.
Okay, all right. But I ventured out and to check out kind of like Japanese TV and stuff like that to kind of see what the culture is. And when it comes to the culture, that was actually a very mild mannered show. All right.
Wow.
They could they could have went a lot more promiscuous, I guess you could say, with it. From what I've seen on like some of the Japanese, I don't even know the names of the shows that I watched, but yeah,
Talking about like game shows and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
what
yeah,
about where they
yeah,
shove the guy in a tumble dryer and have to
Yeah.
scrape a cat while he's in there?
exactly,
shit like
yo,
that.
stuff like
Yeah.
that, yo, like it's not entertaining to us. Should they have thought more about the Western audience? Because not for anything. United States and Europe are like 1 and 2 with, hey, we're gonna pay for your shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think they should have.
they
I
should have.
mean, shouldn't you want people to be excited? Like I think I've said this about Sony with some of their conferences. Like you need to bring excitement to what you're showing, and
Well,
if you don't have
Sony is
that,
a little different to me, man. Like Sony, they have headquarters over here in the United States. They have like Mark Cerny. I don't think he like lives in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like they have
I think that,
I don't know.
they have a bunch
yeah, the
of
US is their
executives.
main territory now, Sony.
Yeah.
Didn't Sony move everything to the US now?
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, here's the thing: Sony's always been influenced by the West. Just kind of, they've always been a Japanese company that's looked towards Western cultures. Nintendo's the reason why they're so strange is, just from their games to what they do and their business practices, because they don't look towards us for approval.
No,
They look towards
stay
their own
within
culture
their
and
own culture,
things.
their
Yeah,
own country, and they're like, well, everybody else they'll play the games. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the way they look at it.
I think they also know that's what they know how to do best, right? Like, why pretend to be something that they're
it
not?
just doesn't look best over here. I think that's exactly what
Yeah.
happened. I'm not saying like I'm gonna go back and rewatch the presentation strictly for entertainment purposes and all that good stuff. I live over here. Like I don't necessarily get that culture over there, but for what they do, I think they probably hit a home run in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere else, not so sure. But let's get into the hardware, guys. Let's talk about this.
I thoroughly realized
go.
that I totally wasn't listening to you properly before when you asked about the presentation. Just saying.
Yeah, no, I know. You kind of went off, and I was like, you know what? I'll just
Just let her go.
just let her keep talking. That's all. But with this hardware, what you're getting is first of all they're calling this a console, but it has a screen on it. It has has these Joy-Con controllers that attach to each side of the screen. Basically, what you're looking at is a Nintendo tablet that has a dock. All right. Once you put the tablet into the dock, you could play the games on your TV. Um, Talking about hardware with the price point, you're paying $300 for the Switch, and you're getting the dock, you're getting the quote unquote console, which I'm so sketchy calling it that. I call it the Nintablet, but I don't know what. Yo, let's see, Mega. What do you think about the hardware, man? From what you saw, the controllers, the tablet, the dock. Like, what do you think about this thing as a whole, man?
Okay, as a whole for the
The
console,
hardware.
the console, call it what it is. Do not call it anything else, but it's absolute
Oh,
greatness.
oh,
Look, it's not the prettiest thing. I mean, I don't think there's not really too
For
many
a tablet,
Nintendo
it's beautiful, yeah.
for any for a lot of Nintendo things that they brought out. They're not the prettiest things. The controllers are kind of awkward, things like that. But um look, I'm not good. I can't look. The one thing that I'm disappointed with is the controllers because those things are extra
Well,
small, and I know.
good thing that's not important to gaming at all, right? Controllers.
Well,
I mean,
that's why they have they have a pro control. They
yep,
have like two
80
different versions
bucks,
of the pro.
$80.
No.
Oh, just keep
It
picturing
was
Mega's
60.
tiny hands.
Yeah, and so no,
The thing is,
there's no
he's
way
got
that I could.
further to reach the
There is
even with the
no
Japanese
way
console.
that I can hold those little two things in my hands. There's just no way. So I have to buy the controller that looks like the Xbox controller. So I'm happy with that. I'm glad that they thought about people that had bigger hands. But other than everything else, man, I'm stoked, man. I'm excited. I am very excited for this product. Nintendo just beats on their own drum, man. I like the whole docking thing. Now I am a little upset about the the 2 to 3 hour power charge. That's way too short.
Yeah, it depends on the game.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
but
the minimum. It
things
could be up to
like
6 hours.
Oh yeah,
at
okay.
least.
See, but one thing that I think a lot of people get confused of is the RAM. Like because I think
They
the
haven't
Zelda
stated.
game.
They haven't stated what kind of RAM or how much is in it.
Well, okay, like for instance, the game,
I'm sure it's full.
the Zelda game, it's only 13 gigs or something like that, and then you have people complain about that. But people got to remember that they're going back to cartridges, so they can hold a lot more space than what a disc can. So
Yeah, and you don't have to install the game either. So
exactly. So they'll have a lot more bigger games down the line. I mean, Skyrim is how big is Skyrim? Like what? Almost 20 gigs, somewhere around there.
It depends on which. It depends on which Skyrim you're talking about. Are you talking about
It's
the
the
definitive?
360 version.
Yeah, or the 360 version.
I think it's the newer version that came out
No.
Me too. Me
No,
too.
no.
Me too.
Nah.
with the textures and stuff.
Yeah. Look, man. Look, this system it's not meant to be looked at as something that's magnificent, like the PlayStation community wants you to think that everything got to be this way, that way. It's a game system. It's plays games. That's what it's all about. And the tablet part of it, where you could take the console with you, is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful.
You said take
Absolutely.
the
Don't go too
console
far.
with you, but then you just said like it's not. Hold on, Mega.
Yeah.
You just said it's not like what PlayStation wants you to perceive it to be or whatever. But with you saying console, and the PlayStation 4 being a console and the Xbox One being a console, when Nintendo comes out and says, "No, guys, this isn't a handheld; it's a console," doesn't that put it in direct competition with the other two? Like people are like, "Oh, Nintendo doesn't compete," but
No,
if you're
it's
adamant about hold on, if you're adamant about calling it a console, it's in competition with other consoles. You see
No,
what I'm saying?
I got an answer. I got an answer for that. But go ahead, Megan.
Oh, okay. First off, let me just make this point. I'm glad that Nintendo is doing what they're doing, because if really by how like businesses work, they usually follow behind what the leader of consoles or what that leader does. I'm glad Nintendo is saying, I'm not trying to be like Xbox. I'm not trying to be like PlayStation. We're doing what we want to do. If some people don't like that, that's tough. Me, I'm excited for the fact that it's it's bringing back the original essence of why we started playing games in the first place.
what
It's
is
a
it?
gaming machine. That's it. It has some online capabilities to it. Does it make it extraordinary? I mean, if you really want to be social on your gameplay, buy an Xbox. Xbox is the king of this. If you want to have a more single player experience, but then yet have some online capabilities, then the PlayStation is for you. Nintendo is like, look, we'll dab in a little bit of this, but we're sticking true to what we are to our core, and I'm proud of them
And
for
that
that.
is a handheld manufacturer.
That is a console that has a that has well, it's a dock. What if you could? I can take these. You call it whatever the hell you want to. All I know is that I can take this thing, hook it up, and it'll be on my television, and I can play games on my television. That's all that matters to me with a bigger controller.
You could do that with a
Indeed.
tablet, though. You could do that. I could do
No,
that with my
I
phone.
can't. You
I could
can't.
do that
You
with my
look.
phone right now.
Yeah,
Look, the games
Yep.
that I've seen on there, those games are not on no tablet. So
Well,
there you go.
all right. Well, they
Oh
don't
my
have it. Like what I call this is the world's most powerful handheld. All right. When it comes to a handheld, I was like, yo, Nintendo's got it. My issue with them is their marketing for this. Because I don't see this as a console. I've had
No.
hold on.
That's not what you
I've had
see.
discussions. I've had discussions with people, and I've asked people what makes this thing a console. And one of the biggest things people tell me is, well, you could plug it into your TV and play games on it. And I'm like, well, you could do that with a tablet or a smartphone as well. So, like, I need something more. I need something more to
The
say
games
console.
is
Man.
more. The games is more, bot. That's the thing. Look, the tablet doesn't.
You're
Yeah.
stretching there,
Okay.
buddy.
Look. Let me explain something to
No,
you.
you're stretching.
No, I'm not stretching.
I'm trying to give you points to talk on, but man, you're stretching when you're saying that.
Okay,
because-
look, I'm looking. I'm looking at people at work and everywhere else that play tablet games. There's people in the house right now that's playing on their phones, and those games are nowhere going to be on the same level as what the Switch is going to provide.
I'm going to say one keyword, and you're going to love this because you love fighters. Street Fighter 2.
Absolutely, I saw that, and I wish they should.
Tablet.
You goddamn right, I want to play that on the
play
Nintendo.
that on your
Excited.
tablet,
Day one
plug
purchase.
it into your
Day
TV,
one.
and connect any wireless Bluetooth controller to it.
Yeah, but the same could be said
that's an
for
experience
Zelda
that
Breath
already
of the
exists today.
Wild. You
Yo,
can't do
alright.
it the opposite way.
Yeah, that's true.
Let
You
me,
know, Zelda, but that's about it so far.
Let me say something.
Very
Sorry
well.
to cut y'all off real quick.
Yo, cut them off, Newark. Cut their ass off.
First of all, like I saw, or however you put it, games running on this thing, that they didn't even show at the little conference with console style visuals or whatever. Tatiana, with console style visuals and everything. Xbot,
Yo,
I got a question. Can you tell me what a hybrid is?
a hybrid is a mix of two things.
Okay, that's what the Nintendo Switch
two or
is.
more. Two or more things.
The Nintendo Switch is it's a hybrid.
Well, just like most hybrids, they're not really good at either one of the things they're originally from.
Well,
Okay.
you save gas money when you
watered-down
reference
version.
into a car. But
Well, exactly. So for example, a Prius is supposed to be this fuel efficient car, but my little Ford Fiesta is more fuel efficient than a Prius, and it's only gas only, right? So
Yeah.
that's a perfect example where it's not really good at either or when you're trying to combine both techs together.
But it's according to
Okay.
what year? Okay, what
Tonight,
year is what year did you buy your little gas guzzler? And what year you talking about the Prius came out? I mean,
you can talk same year, it doesn't matter.
Oh no! If you trust me, if you buy a Prius right now, or any of those little hybrid cars,
My Fiesta gets 45 miles to the gallon, and that's driving like an idiot. So like that, my point still
you
stands.
still
Like
get
when
more gas. You get more miles per gallon for electric car. Trust me.
well, that's if you're going 20 miles an hour all the time.
No, they go
that's not
they
how I
go
live.
up to 70, 75. There's some that can go up to now 100 now. So
If Nintendo came out and they released a powerful console that could do all of this stuff and be a traditional console, and they priced it at $499, the fact that everyone is already sort of bought into an Xbox or a PlayStation ecosystem, no one would buy it. They have to try and figure out a way to
That's just-
be the second.
but that's just like saying
Absolutely
ponies.
right.
That's just like saying ponies won't buy a Scorpio. But I'm telling you right now, Nintendo won't do that because they're like their price point. They're
Well,
aiming towards the
Newark,
children.
Newark,
and they
Newark.
have to.
Yo, I think Jimmy made a great point there because with that being said, with what happened with the Wii U, all right, yo, Nintendo completely lost third party support. All right, and I
Mhm.
think that would be the biggest question mark if they came out with a more traditional kind of like equal power to the consoles
No,
that are out already. Would
no, because
that
that's not their audience. These like my daughter's 4 years old. I keep saying it. Like she don't care about pixels and resolution. You know what I'm saying? Like the
huh?
casual is going to buy this console. If it's successful, it's going to blow the Scorpio and the PlayStation 4 out the water as far as sales go. You know what I'm saying? The casuals is where the sales come from. Now, if they like to me, like I was saying before, this is like the true sequel to the Wii because of the motion controls or whatever. I'm not sure if everybody is on board with the milking simulator and stuff like that, but like we only see their launch titles. I think the console is visually capable of matching the vanilla PS4 and the vanilla Xbox One. I'm saying it from
Oh
demo.
man, you're
Yo, I
you're
look.
stretching
I'm
there,
not
man. You're
stretching.
stretching. You're
Look, I
totally, you're
look. Let me
totally stretching.
Let him finish, man. Let him
let
finish.
me finish. It's built off of this, like Nvidia. It's stuff on the Nvidia Shield that I have that blows me away. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But what I'm saying is, I've saw a game on the Nintendo Switch that had my jaw on the floor. You know what I'm saying? It was ran by Unreal Engine 4, and they didn't show the demo at the press conference or whatever.
But you know what?
I
It
was
can
saying,
run Unreal Engine 4. Your iPhone from 4 generations ago. So I mean,
But who
that,
cares?
I
That's
mean,
the
the
point.
Wii U
but
can't
that
run Unreal Engine 4.
Jesus.
but
Like,
But
yeah,
I'm
you
just
can.
saying,
Unreal Engine's already been
like,
running on an iPhone.
look, all I've been saying on Twitter was everybody need to stop fanboying the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not
woo!
targeted.
Get
You know
him,
what I'm saying? It's
Newark!
not targeting to
Get
it's
him!
not targeting towards y'all.
Send him to
Everybody
the
want to
truck!
down
Newark,
Nintendo and
Get their
shit.
ass
hold
out of
on,
here. Send
And
them to Hades.
hold on.
peop, you got the real quick.
Go
You
ahead,
got
go
the
ahead.
pony saying something, and you got the Xbox saying something, and y'all becoming the people y'all hate. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all
Hmm.
sit there and down anything
Switch.
that's not Xbox or anything that's not PlayStation, but talk about people who do the same shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's
I
why I
So
was like, yo, let the kids have fun. It's targeted towards the kids. You think
it's
grown men
not
gonna be
about.
excited for
no, no.
milking the
I got
cows?
next,
You know
man.
that's not for a grown person.
Yo,
But it's not
Newark,
about
Newark.
hate.
Hold on, Don, hold on. Yo, first of all, Don, you'll be able to say this, but when Newark, when you say it's targeting towards kids, we have seen two. We've seen an unveiling and a presentation, and you know what? We haven't seen in either one of those children. We have seen no children. If they were marketing towards children, I think when it comes down to it, it's like, no, whoever wants it, fucking buy it.
Man,
I
listen,
don't
But
think they're
Xbox,
Gaming
targeting.
isn't
Microsoft
any.
had kids on the stage for the Connect and the shit still fell. It don't matter.
But
They trying to get the point across. You know what I'm saying? Like
but
I really think
you're not
it's
going to get the
targeted towards
you're
kids.
not going
I
to get
don't
the
think a
point.
grown
Hold
man
on.
should be excited for. I
Hold
mean,
on.
you got the.
Newark, I let you finish, man. I let you finish. All
I
right?
told you what I was gonna do, but I'm
Hey,
sorry.
I'm just saying,
sorry,
but
don't be sorry.
but
Shit, that's
your
the
main
problem.
thing, your main
Don't be
thing here,
sorry.
your main thing here is you're saying that it's targeted towards kids. That's what you're saying. That is a main argument you're having here. And I'm like, well, if they're targeting kids, they're not showing it at all.
They
At all.
did. You got the little boxing men on the stage with the extended arms. You got the milking simulator, the cow thing.
Go
Like
back to
all the
Japanese
motion control
culture.
games is
Go back
targeted
to
towards
Japanese
children. That was
culture.
most of their show.
Go back to Japanese culture. Can you really say they're marketing to children?
Look, all I can say is that they were marketing to the Japanese fans
There you
because it
go.
was a Japanese
There you
show.
go.
Now,
Japanese adults translates to U.S. children over here,
Oh
okay,
goodness.
I'll give New York that. Like seriously, like I'll give New
Welcome
York
to the
that.
next racist podcast.
I
No,
know.
I'm just
It's not,
saying
it's not a racist
everybody's.
comment, but that's how it translates over here,
Okay,
right?
well,
I
okay.
mean, that's
I'm,
fair, right?
well, maybe you might be right onto that, but the thing of it is that they were catering to their fan base, and
Yeah.
I'm a
when
part of
they
their
come over
fan
here, and
base,
when they come
though.
over here, but no,
Right?
hold on, wait a minute.
I have a Wii
Look,
U, motherfucker.
I don't care. I don't care. See, look, your bias for the see. This is the thing for me. I didn't get the Wii U because I saw that there was a gimmick from the Get and the Wii. I did get my daughter one, but I've seen that for what it was. But I said, no, the Wii U is the same thing. This is a little bit different. So I was like, it's time for me to go ahead and get a Nintendo back into my home. I mean,
last
when I
Nintendo
see
I bought was the 64.
right. The last time that Nintendo really tried to go for the power thing, they had the most powerful system at that time with the GameCube, and it was a failure. It wasn't as bad as the damn Wii U, but it was a
Xbox was
failure.
more powerful than that.
Well,
Xbox and GameCube came out at the same time.
no, I thought the GameCube came out a little bit earlier.
Nah, they came out at the
They're
same
the
time
same
because
thing.
me and my homeboy
Okay.
was a Nintendo fan and we was going at it.
Okay, well,
But
the original OG Xbox was. Now, you ain't going to cut me off. You cut off Bob, but you ain't cut me off. Now, listen, this is the thing. No, check it out. The thing of it is that Nintendo is staying in their lane. That's the thing that, like, anybody that's having problems, like when next gen's going ape shit because of some bullshit about the game ports is gonna be like from the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So
right.
the fuck what? I don't care. All I care, look, when I want to play games at their highest optimization with the highest textures, then I'll go buy a fucking PC or wait for the Scorpio. If I want to get it now, then I'll buy a PlayStation Pro and get that checkerboard shit. PlayStation and Xbox has got that locked down, and the PC got that locked down. It's like Jimmy said. Nintendo can't go that route and saying, well, we have the most powerful console for right now because the PlayStation 5 is coming right around the corner to outdo everything. There will be a PC, there'll be some tech, a new graphics card or chip that's going to come out sometime next year and dominate everything.
Is somebody building a house, yo?
I think Rick is pissed off, man. He about to throw somebody on the bar.
Yo, don't forget I've been living here for like a week now, man. You know, it's
the thing of it is that, look, I understand where people are looking at it from the standpoint of like, why is Nintendo not trying to make things more, on the same wavelength as this gen consoles? But they don't have to. Look at their games. Look at Mario.
Okay,
and
Mega,
Mario
that's
still
the
looks
one
better than
statement
it's
you're
ever looked
correct.
again.
Hold on. Mega. I want to say something about that. You say, look at Mario, and it's better than it's ever looked before and stuff like that. Guess what? The Mario that was on the Wii U, exactly the same thing. Best looking Mario. Best looking Mario.
No, it's not.
Yeah, for the hardware it was on, yes, it was. All right.
Because wasn't it a remaster? Wasn't one of the Mario's a remaster of the Wii version?
On the Wii U? Like, what is this giving you besides mobility?
Well, the Switch version is the remaster. The Switch version is the same game, but it's extended in some type of way. But we're looking at launch. That's what I'm saying. We're looking at launch games, yo. Like,
that didn't make it.
Okay, let's talk about games because I want to talk about the games side of things here. Right. People keep saying that Nintendo does not have to compete. They do have to compete to a certain degree.
If they call it a console, they have to compete.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
No, they don't.
So they have to get to a certain point where they get third-party support. Because here's the reason why. Console business is purely based on getting a certain cut every time a game is released on your platform. That's what makes Xbox profitable. That's what makes PlayStation profitable. It's what made Nintendo profitable in the past. So you have a situation where your hardware is not in the right ballpark of what else is out there. It doesn't have to be the most powerful, I agree, but it's not close enough. And the issue is then you got a situation where, okay, so what can you put on this console? You either have to make a specialty game, which costs more to do, or B, you port old stuff onto that hardware. If you're porting old stuff onto that hardware, a lot of times that customer base has moved on. They have already buying the next thing or the next thing down the road. So the Switch is reliant on third party. And they have engines that are supporting and stuff like that, and it is more powerful than older consoles. But the question is it in the ballpark enough of the current hardware that's out there to make it relevant? And that is essential. You cannot overlook that. Just because Mario just uses a simple shader and doesn't use textures on half the objects in the world doesn't mean that every other third party is going to make games like that.
So power is everything.
Okay, right.
Power, you have to be in the ballpark. You have to be relevant. That's the thing.
Don is right there. You have to be relevant because it's not about just how it is now, because you've got Skyrim, you've got FIFA and all that kind of stuff. 6 months down the line, if Scorpio's out and people are starting to get used to the Pro, and all the developers are starting to get used to the amount of power that's on there, and that is the ballpark figure, and you're looking at the second option, and it's years and years behind. That's when you start to see the third party sort of drop off. Now, the thing is with this though is that from Nintendo's point of view, they missed a huge trick, in my opinion. They've got to know from the trend that's hit every generation that if you go underpowered, you lose third party support. The trick that they missed is when they've got a tablet and Don, you're the perfect person to chime in and say, no, Jimmy, you're full of shit. That's impossible. If they had Android running on this tablet, what you have is you have a home console for when it's docked. You have a handheld that can run better games than any handheld has ever run before. And you have a tablet that can run all of that stuff. So at the point when people start thinking about, right, maybe I'm going to go and buy a new iPad or a Samsung or a Google Nexus. I'm not going to buy one of those. I've heard about this Nintendo tablet that's got all of that stuff and more. They'd have had the entire mobile market locked down if they'd have put Android on this thing as well.
They're already known for great handhelds.
I'm gonna be honest. The Nintendo Switch is basically the Nvidia Shield, bro. Like, and the Nvidia they're just re-releasing the Shield. They have,
How good did the Nvidia Shield do, by the way? I just want to know.
Okay, that's ridiculous, but
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
It's an Android console, but I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I can play AAA Steam games on my Nvidia Shield right now, 4K 60 frames a second,
and you're one of like 5 people playing them.
No, because I'm in the beta, and the full release comes in February, and the cloud streaming is also free.
Okay, but check this out. Your face is going to be broke by everybody's face is going to be broke when the Switch is going to win MPDs, and then everybody's going to be over here looking like fucking fools because they're talking about an underpowered system.
They don't release enough hardware to win an MPD.
Trust me. That system is going. The only thing that's stopping.
Oh, you need to learn some lessons here. I'm going to teach you something.
Yeah, okay. Come and teach me. Come and teach me. Piece of hardware. I can't look. I'm like a Komodo dragon. I strike it and I sit and wait, and then I let you go ahead and devour yourself. Let your ass
hold on.
Go ahead. Come on.
Oh snaps.
Teach me.
I was trying to get to you, snaps. It was getting crazy.
Can you guys just calm the fuck down? That's all I'm gonna say.
This is also how we talk.
Y'all knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming.
Y'all knew it. We talked about this for a week.
Yes,
but you're ignoring some facts here. Okay, so when you have a previous piece of hardware and you're asking
per store, I'm just saying.
When you're going to vendors and you're asking, you know what, we're going to sell a ton of this hardware. They're going to look at the previous numbers of the previous system that you sold them, right? They're going to say, well, you know what, that system didn't do so well, so we're going to order a little bit less at launch than we normally do. That's what vendors do. Second of all, Nintendo is known for not storing stuff in warehouses. They build it to go and they ship it to their vendors. So they don't have a huge surplus of this thing. So for them to be able to try to win an MPD is so difficult because they have to have vendors on board to be able to stockpile the stuff, or they have to stockpile it themselves. Neither one of those people are willing to do that. So out of the gate, they will sell out, and I'll 100% admit that. But that doesn't mean anything if they don't have enough product on the market. Anything can sell if you don't.
They try to
put enough on the market.
manufacture more supply and demand than what
yeah.
is
I mean, you have to
there.
look at that fact. Well, I mean, you can. That's subjective, right? People can say they're faking the numbers or whatever it may be, but the reality is they don't store product. They put it on the vendors, and the vendors are going to buy less because of their previous console. They have to prove to their vendors that this is going to sell, and it's going to be an up-here battle for them all year round to convince their vendors to carry more.
Okay, what was the main reason? Because all that shit was bullshit. What was the real reason? What was the real reason?
Have you ever bought some for a huge company?
I don't know. That I do something totally different. But regardless of the fact, answer this question. What was the main reasons why the Wii U failed?
The Wii U
no
failed?
third-party support.
No third-party support.
No. It wasn't about
It
the
did
third party.
fail though. It sold over 100 million consoles. If I mean,
Well, you can't look at one thing. There's multiple things that
the
cause it
main
to have
two,
issues.
there was two major things of why that system failed, and the one was because of their policies. Two was because of the fact that they didn't have their first party titles come out at a reasonable time. When they brought out their first party games, those motherfuckers sold like hotcakes. That you guys have this mindset of thinking that these Nintendo fans are not out there, and they are. They just waiting
They're less and less every generation.
That's what
though.
you all
look
think.
At the actual
but then
numbers
yet,
from
look
every...
at what happened with Mario Go on your phone. It broke records. What did happen
That's
with
because
Pokemon?
everybody already had a phone.
Oh my god!
They
Yeah,
didn't
because they
spend-
want to
all
buy
they
their
got to do-
Yo,
all
I
they
don't
got to
know
do- look.
anybody that spent $600 fucking for a phone just to get Mario Go. I'm just
Look,
saying.
But a
You'll
lot
be
of people spent well over $600 on that damn free to play game, and the fact that they, you know what I'm saying, well over that. So that's what you guys
I'm
understand.
saying they're not buying the
Nintendo wasn't-
hardware.
I'm about to say you have a certain
specifically for that
Android
game.
version to run that shit.
All Nintendo has to do is to make sure that they have their policies in order, because that was what their failures were, and they bring their games out in a time, their first party games in a timely manner. They can live off of fucking third party indies and a couple of fucking sports games, and they'll be fine. Nobody's look, when you want to play, let's just say for Honor. Let's just
That's
say
what happened with Vita.
Okay, all right. What about the Wii? What about the Wii?
What do you mean? What
What
about
about
the
the
Wii?
Wii? The Wii, look at the Wii. The Wii was the weakest console at that time, and it murdered everything.
That's because everybody.
The 360 was the
grandmother was
best
playing
console overall. It was the darling of
So
that
do you-
generation, but the Wii
So,
U
Jim,
outsold
I'm going to ask you a
everything.
genuine question.
All right.
Do you think the lightning's going to hit twice with this? And let me repeat what the Wii customer was.
Mhm.
It was everybody casual to everybody else, and they have moved on to other platforms. They moved on to their cell phones, they moved on to their tablets, all those sort of things. Do you think they're going to recapture that audience coming back to the Wii? I'm sorry, the Switch.
Nintendo changed.
Or do you think they moved on?
The Nintendo made every other console company go to motion controls. The Kinect and the fucking and those two
And they've all
dildos.
banded it.
Motion controls, rumble, analog,
The Wii
So
made
since
Nintendo made them do this.
Since the followers already ended it because they're like, damn, the market is not there anymore. What makes Nintendo think that like that market is just automatically gonna reappear?
Okay,
because it's little kids out here and people want to buy stuff for their kids.
And it's gonna sell
So you
like
think it's the
hotcakes in
second
Japan.
generation?
My wife saw it and she was excited for the console, bro. Like I'm just being honest.
That's
Right.
cool.
Yeah, so
that's real
yeah.
cool.
Everybody in the house over here, they looked at it like, you know what, that actually is cool looking. You know, that is just what it's gonna do. The price is reasonable enough. If it was $250, it would have been a wrap. But for 350, to some people it might be a little bit pricey, but it's still reasonable enough for people to pull the trigger. Because when you show Mario, because Mario's coming out in the fall, you know what I'm saying, and you show that system, and if they could get some kind of rebate, that's what I'm saying. The policies, if they would have their sense of knock their pride down and say, look, we're going to drop the price, maybe $30-$40, maybe hell, make it $250. They'll sell those damn things like hotcakes. PlayStation is going to be put on notice in Japan because that thing is going to kill it in Japan. Nintendo is only worried about their market in Japan right now to keep Sony down, and then they'll worry about going elsewhere. That's the thing that Microsoft should have been worrying about, is keeping is staying and getting the people out here in the United States instead of worrying about what the fuck is going on in Japan and Europe.
Xbox.
That's the thing that they got to work. That's the thing. The policies and the games. They do that, they'll be fine.
Yeah, well, speaking of the policies, how do you feel about having to get an app on your phone that you have to
Oh no, they lost me with
pay
that.
for to just be able to chat? Like,
I'm one of the few that's actually okay with that, to be honest with you, because it's more of a mobile console than it is a home console, right?
But
And
don't you think that should have been built in though?
But no, hear me out. So if you're going to be mobile, are you going to pay some service in particular right on your device, or would you rather carry it on your phone? You're normally going to have with you anyways to be able to communicate with people. I think from a
device
internet,
But you will have to pay for internet on the device.
Yeah,
So
but
they're
it's
online.
a service you take with you. So I mean, it makes sense because it lowers the cost of the machine. Because then you're talking about your machine being $500, right? Like no one's going to buy that, right?
No,
So
not at all.
so realistically, like I'm okay with what they're doing on that front, because it makes sense from the mobility side of things.
It just sounds very
Um,
clunky, though, man. Come
This
on,
is
man.
what I was
well, it
going
is
to back
clunky.
into though, like embracing the. I know it's like a wish list for like something that's never going to happen because it's not. But like embracing the whole Android side of things, is it if you're going to go mobility, you need to go full mobility. Where is the SD card in there to get 4G on the go so you can access all of your internet shit when you're not? Trees don't have fucking internet connection. Do you know what?
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of the phone. So like, it's the lower the essential cost of the hardware. That's the
Yeah,
reason why they're doing it.
it's going to be well. I
I
That's
was
mean,
I was going to
is
I
confusing.
it
was
the right
thinking
choice?
something
I
then that
don't
might be
know, but
irrelevant.
that's why they're doing it.
I was thinking things like leaderboards in game, but then are they even going to have stuff like that?
All right, guys,
You know,
guys. Before we completely drown her out, I really want to hear what O Snaps has to say about like this whole idea of the Switch and what it is and what she feels about it, like for real. So, yo, Snaps, at any point in time, chime in, say how you feel on
I
the
don't even want to
subject.
talk about it anymore. I
You,
really don't.
you
Like,
don't?
you guys acted a little crazy, and I'm just gonna stay right in the fucking
Are
middle.
you putting us in the
Fuck
corner?
you
Is
all.
that what the deal is?
I'm gonna stay in the middle tonight, and I'm just not even gonna get involved right now.
Oh man, I really wanted to hear what you had to say too.
I have nothing to
Well,
say.
yo, if you change your mind, like the
What do you want to
stages,
know?
I want I want to know how you feel about this Nintendo. First of all, do you think this thing is going to be successful when it launches, and do you see this thing I don't know, creating a niche for itself where it sells on a long-term basis?
No comment.
No comment?
No, I'm playing. So I mean, to be honest, the type of society that we live in, everything is mobile, right?
Uh-huh.
Everybody's got phones, everybody's playing games, this, that, and the other. I think it's gonna sell well for the casuals.
Well,
That's just me
casual is
being
the bigger
honest.
market too, so
Exactly. You have casuals, you have people that are always on phones and stuff like that. The fact that cell phones and mobile games are so overwhelming these days, like it may not sell as well because of that, but it does have specific type of games that people want. So it's kind of a toss up. I mean, obviously it's a 50-50, it will or it won't. I don't think it's going to do too bad though, because I mean, they sold out right away. Like I was on Best Buy, their
Mhm.
website, going to pre-order, and like it sold out while I was at the cart. I didn't tell you about this,
Were
but
you really trying to get that for my birth? No, don't do that.
no, it's just,
Don't.
I figured we have.
Come on, the Wii, the Nintendo Switch is great for 12 and 13-year-olds, man. You'll
We
be
have
okay.
kids
You'll have a
all.
glass
Yo,
playing
Newark,
I'm
finger
just
shooter.
messing with you, man.
that is why you are one of my best friends right there, man. That was awesome, yo.
I
But
didn't
go
catch
ahead,
that you're
Saps.
referring to that. We have, we always get the games for the kids, the Wii and stuff like that. Um, it's small, it's tiny. I feel like it's very fragile. Like it'll get fucked up in a minute in this house with the way the kids are. There's no way that it's gonna be strong enough to handle them. I that's just in my mind. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. We'd have to kind of see it and feel it in our own hands rather than seeing it on TV.
That's one
Um,
of my big scrapes.
yeah, and it looks tiny as fuck, and I know that I have pretty big hands myself, okay? So I don't know, but
Whoa, she's
I
bragging
want
right now. Oh, no, my bad.
it's not even like that. That's not to be like, yeah, I got big hands. I don't know. Like I would try it out. I do want to try it out. I like to try everything out. Um, but I don't know how I feel about it at this point. And I see a lot of different sides. Like I tweeted out that it was trash. But that was just me talking shit. To be honest, like I actually have to try something instead of just seeing it and taking people's other people's opinions of it. I need to make my own opinion. So I don't know. I think it's gonna do all right, to be honest. I mean, they sold the little classic NES thing, right? They did pretty decent with that.
Yeah, that's because they only ship like 8 per store.
Well,
Hey,
it's the
Look, the
same
thing of
sort of
it.
thing.
hold
like
on,
they
hold
always
on. We
do
gotta
with
get
Nintendo.
Foose in here too, man.
Oh,
Foose has been
okay.
dead
All right.
all right, well,
quiet.
Well, y'all was yelling, and I don't yell, so I was just chilling until y'all
He
finished.
was chilling, lighting candles, collecting
Yup,
panties. You know.
yup. Smelling the incense
Oh.
going.
Hey, fools, my bad for yelling, man. My
Nah,
my
nah, you're
my
good.
my
I'm just
energy is
playing.
targeted. Yeah, my energy is
Nah, you're
targeted
good.
towards man. A lot of people on Twitter, man, because they was going in on me all week,
Oh,
man.
trust me, a lot of people's
Oh, I
So,
feel
energy
you.
on Twitter was aimed specifically at me, so I know what you're saying. But
and that's new to
Uh,
me because
uh,
I don't usually go through that on Twitter.
I got you.
But it's cool.
So, Foos,
I'm
what, what
always
what do you
raging.
think,
So I
man?
ain't tripping.
What do you think, man? From the release to longevity on the Switch, what do you think, dude?
and all right, I'm not even gonna answer your question. I got a couple of things to say. Because I'm a little bit different in this. Like, one of my biggest problems with this system is that I feel like it's another gimmick. Like, I feel like these games that they're showing us now, where you can use your controller to move around and do all the motion controls, are are gonna die off. I don't want to play a shooter or an open doors with my hands. I just do it traditionally with a controller. So that kind of bugs me. Thank you, thank
Go ahead, go ahead.
you. But also, with what Snaps was talking about with your kids and everything having this thing, dude, when I was a kid, shit did not be. It wasn't where it was supposed to be, and if it connected to something, those connections usually are going to wear out quickly, and that's where the biggest thing was for me, because anything that connected, that shit wore out with me quick as shit.
Oh,
So
the twins
I
with
just,
their chargers for the tablets, man, they wear out like
oh my
nothing.
goodness. I mean, to just think that you're putting these controllers on and off and on and off of that thing, I don't see them being lasting very long,
That is certainly a concern.
Um, but yeah, and then with that party chat thing, I see what you're saying, Don, about bringing it to be more social. But I'm with Jimmy. If you're gonna do, you know, be more social in this console that you want to be taken everywhere, they need to go all in and
Hmm.
make that thing work that way. Everything in it, you can do everything from the console. I think that's a ripoff, paying for your online service through the console and buying an app just to run your chats or find a game. That's crazy to me.
I got you,
Um,
man. Yo,
but
good. Go ahead, keep going, man.
yeah, but then my other thing is, I haven't had a Nintendo in a while, so I don't know about y'all. Do a lot of the Nintendo games, do you buy them digitally on the last couple
Only
systems that were out?
Nah.
no,
Yeah, you
only the
can.
old games. Like if you go into the
Yeah,
eShop, they got
not.
games for damn near every Nintendo console,
Okay, so people did probably stock up on some of them. That was one of my things. I was just
and they're
thinking, like, with
supposed to
no
Well,
and
true
they're
the
supposed to be
backwards
problem
making the
is
compatibility, you have
multiplayer.
to buy it again.
They're supposed to
that
make
was tied
old
to your
Nintendo
console,
games
not your
multiplayer.
account. So yeah, that was a problem though. If you bought any of those games, that was tied to your console, not your
That's
account.
what I was just gonna ask. Has anybody
Yeah,
heard
that's
if
That's
we have
crazy.
gamer tags?
So
It's
so
if they're gonna be attached to the gamer tags or to the
yeah.
I
hardware?
don't know about going. I don't know about going forward, but I know the older stuff. That's how it works. So
Hmm.
that's why when people got upset when they sold their Wii, didn't realize it, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to go get myself a Wii or a Wii U, and then I realized none of their games are there.
Hmm.
That was a big turn off to a lot of their customer base that got burnt on that. So
Yeah, again, policies. That's the thing that,
Yeah, but did
Yeah,
they change that one? Does anybody know?
from my
they've
understanding,
not
is
said.
that they're going to have all their back catalog of games on their other systems to come. Now,
We
I
have to
don't think
buy
it's
them
going to be
again though.
all of them. I don't think it's going to be all of them, but I know that every Wii U game is going to be available digital, and then I guess there'll be some GameCubes or other games. Not all of them, of course, but for me that has not invested into a Nintendo for such a long time, I don't have a problem with that. I find it to be cool, and I'll get to see these games look better than what they are. I'm
Well,
not
with you
in
saying that, that's kind of shitty for the people that
Yeah,
did
like
back
you
the
just shit
system.
on
no,
everybody
no.
who
That
I'm
did
saying
that.
no. I'm saying for me. I'm saying if for
Yeah,
anybody else that's going through that has a gamer tag and bought the Wii U and then they can't purchase those games again, it goes to the main things of why the system, if it will fail, it will be because of policy. That's a
Hmm.
policy issue, and
Hmm.
Nintendo is really bad with that. If they change their policies and let people stream their games and do certain things without flagging them, then I think that the system, I know the system will succeed. But if they keep it, but if the policies and the games in a timely manner don't come out, then they're done. Then there'll be a whitewash, and then I'll be looking like the fool.
I feel you. Yo, but yeah, like those were my concerns. I know I didn't really answer your question, so
It's
I'll answer that too. And I do think this thing's gonna sell. Like just like the Wii, people, it's new, it's something fresh, and there are going to be a lot of people that get it. But at the same time, that's kind of what upsets me because, I'm a gamer, and if they're going to go for those casuals, they need to just say that straight up. Like, this ain't for gamers because that's not, I don't want to play finger shooter. I can do that without it. I can play rock, scissors, papers without it too. I feel like a lot of their games are going to be gimmicky, grab your controller and shake it around for this part of the game. It just, that's not for me.
Did you see the other games that they had though? That's what I'm not.
Yeah, but they're going to incorporate that into it.
I saw a couple, but guess what?
Zelda,
Yo,
you're
hold
going.
on.
RPGs in there.
The Wii U at the beginning of its generation, I believe a Call of Duty came out for the Wii U. At the beginning of the generation, they said, "Oh yeah, third-party support and everything like that." Now, when EA came out in the presentation, the first thing I was thinking of was, "Show me a Battlefield. Show me a Battlefield. Show me that you're committed to those gamers as well as the others." And you know what they showed me? They showed me fucking FIFA. Like
I don't
really?
think I'm about to say I don't think the hardware there neither.
Like
Yeah,
yo, and that's what
Not to contradict myself,
But
I think it's
that's
capable, but I don't think these developers, because
But see,
I think
hold on,
Nintendo's
hold on.
developer environment is different, man. I don't think they want to code for that.
Let me just complete that because, like, before when they were talking about the new console, they were talking about kind of bringing back the hardcore gamers to Nintendo and stuff like that as well, which is why they were pushing, "Oh yeah, we got third-party support, no problem, third-party support." So when EA comes up on the stage, what do you think? You think of their newer games. You mean to tell me they couldn't show like what happened to a Star Wars Battlefront possibly? If they're doing like the older software stuff like that, but they showed FIFA, and that tells me there is a concern when it comes to third party. Now they have
It's
third
their
party.
tools.
People don't sell.
Hold on, third
It's
party.
their tools.
But hold on, third party in Japan. All right, I can see that. So you're gonna get third party Japanese titles. All right, I got you. But when it comes to worldwide, and you see how much Battlefield has sold worldwide. You see how much even like Star Wars is accepted worldwide. You would want to see them expand and show that they are really there for that third-party support and have quality titles more than just the soccer game, because soccer games are going to sell. We already know that.
NBA
That is a safe bet.
It's already been
confirmed.
That's
That's a safe bet as well. It's a safe
How's
bet.
that a safe bet?
Huh?
Hey, Xbox.
It's a sports game
the Switch
that
is going to
automatically
get
sells.
the Switch is going to get different type of games than the Xbox and the PlayStation. It's going to be a lot of JRPGs and other Japanese games on that console, bro. Like that we don't see on these consoles.
I got
Yeah,
you.
that's
But
the thing that I was going to say.
If they're coming out before time and they're saying, "Well, yeah, we're trying to grab this set of gamers and bring them back home, bring them back to Nintendo, and yeah, third-party support and all that stuff," and you're not going to do something, you're not going to come up to date and throw a game in there that people have been playing and buying, something like a Battlefield or something like that.
Okay, let me make this point to you, Bot, and to clarify what you're saying. Okay, so we all know that the system is weaker, right? So who, even if you're the most diehard Nintendo fan, would want to buy a lesser version of Battlefield?
Because you can bring it with you everywhere. Because it's mobile.
No.
That's the big thing.
The Nintendo Switch is a good second console, though.
That's where they're aiming for.
Yeah.
For the console space. This is what Nintendo's drive is. For the console space, they just want to be the secondary system. They're not trying to be number one. If they was trying to be the number one console system in your household, they would have made a much more superior system graphically. But they want to be that secondary. Another thing that they want to actually keep in control is the mobile market, is the handheld market. So that's their goal. they're not going to have all of those games on there because they just want to be looked at as a secondary console. They're not looking at it from like, oh yeah, we're competing. We got to have Battlefield 1.
That's
no,
so funny.
Battlefield 1 is going to look a lot better on the PlayStation, on Xbox.
Imagine if I went to the Olympics and I'm like, yo, I'm going for that silver. I'm going for that silver.
Because
that's not.
Yeah,
that's
they're
not,
not. But the Olympics, the person who's actually representing that team is number one.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's number one within that team.
It's all about
It's different.
money, bot. You sit there. Why would Nintendo want to? Where they make their bread and butter is the mobile the mobile market. So
yeah, that's where the most money comes at.
That's
gaming.
where their money comes in.
See, and you get back to that, and that's my main gripe with this thing is that they are trying to push it down people's throats that it's a console. It's like, yo, not for anything.
You know why?
Hold on.
Because handhelds make more money than anything, but like on for real.
But then
handheld sales in Japan.
But then don't try to look at the consumer out there and the gamer out there and be like, you guys are so fucking stupid that we are going to make something that looks it's a fucking tablet, but we'll be like, hey, don't call it a tablet. It's a console.
Okay.
And they're going to eat it up. And they're going to eat it up.
It hooks up onto your television, and you can play your games on that television. I consider it a console. It's a hybrid.
All right, so my Windows Phone right now is a console in your eyes. The tablets we have in this house,
you're not playing no games on no television. Stop bullshitting, man.
You can.
You know what I'm saying?
You have the option to.
But yeah, you know what kind of games that you can play on that thing, and you know that they're not going to look like Zelda.
You can play Mario.
They're not going to look. Yeah.
The
old school
emulators.
8-bit Mario, or get the emulators.
You can play
Come
Mario.
on,
what Mario Go or whatever? You could definitely do that on a TV with an iPhone.
Yeah, but it's not going to look like the Mario that you've seen.
But I'm just saying, now you're talking about specs and power, because it's not going to be the Mario that you saw on the Switch presentation. But it's not about specs and power. Do you see where it goes back and forth in an infinite circle of, well, it's this, but it's not this, and then it's this, but it's not this, and it just keeps going around and around?
That's you keep dwelling on that. That's
Dude,
you
you're the
guys
one who said it's not
on
about
that
power, but then again, when I tell you I could play Mario Go on the TV, you're like, well, it's not going to look like the Mario that they showed on the Switch.
Still got to look at your phone though, because TVs are not touchscreen.
Yes, and that's the thing. You'll have a controller to where you can play that. This is the thing. Look, the only reason why we're talking about this aspect of it is because you're trying to drill into other people's head that this is not a console. I don't care what people think. I know that I can play it on my television like a console because I have a controller in my hand and I'll have that damn thing hooked up to my TV. So that to me is like a console because I'm going to be playing it mostly like a console. I'm not going to be taking it everywhere with me like a person would if they on the go. So that's the thing. That's why I'm not understanding why you're drilling this, trying to make this out to be a
this conversation.
Yeah, this is wild, man. This is wilding, man. Look,
here's the main problem with the console that we're talking about, and I'll give it it is, I would call it a portable console. It is what it is. It does have a docking station. I'll give it credit where it's credit. But the problem is, with the general population, just even with us, we're gamers, right? We can't agree exactly what this thing is. It doesn't have an identity for a lot of people, and that is a problem when it comes down to marketing and selling a product. So we're all friends, and we'll be friends after this podcast.
Yo, shout out. Hold on, shout out. Yo, major shout out to Jessie. She was like, yo, all you guys.
Ponies, we wouldn't speak again.
She was like, all you guys need to hug after the show. I'm like, yo, we like when we have opinions and stuff like that, we get into a party chat or something like that. We could talk like this amongst each other. We're all friends here. Like this is like good debate.
Here's the thing: King Mega's gonna spend his $300 on a Nintendo Switch, and so is so is New York. But I'm gonna take that $300 and light my cigars with it. Okay.
Hold on, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not gonna be the person. I'm not gonna be the person that's actually using it. It's not my cup of tea. But
you will every now and then because the little family time.
This the thing. Cool. The only company that's bringing family gaming back to the living room, bro. Like you got to realize that. See, that's exactly where it's at.
That's a good point. Let me ask you a question, New York.
That is a good point. But it's $80 for the other attachments if you want to use the Joy-Cons.
No, it's two Joy Cons that come with it, but the $80 is with the actual like regular controller,
The Pro
But say if you
and
want
controller.
the
to play
Joy
multiplayer
Cons for each side is $50 a piece, which is insane to me.
And then $70
yeah,
for a
well,
pair, right?
that's what I'm trying to point out. So let's say you wanted to play that boxing game between you and let's say your daughter, right?
Yeah.
And they had a split screen mode, right? So you would have to pay another $80 on top of the $300 to
No,
play
well,
that
he can
game
use one
alone.
of the Joy
No, not
Cons.
really. I would use my TV at
The
home, and
boxing game,
she would use the tablet herself when we away.
No, if you look at the boxing game, the one with the Laffy Taffy arms, that
Yeah.
requires
Arms,
two
yeah.
Joy Cons. So if you did a split screen, and I don't know if that game's capable or
That
not, I'm
is
just being
true.
theoretical here, right? If you did a split
No, they
screen with
hold on.
that,
They said you could use one Joy-Con for per character. They said you could.
oh, is
But you
that what
gotta,
they said?
but that's
Yeah.
crazy because you got a left and a right hand.
Yeah, but
Yes, that's
it's
what I'm
just
trying
gonna
to. That's
condense
what I'm
it
trying to
down.
get to. So
Well,
I'm
she be
like,
playing by her
so,
damn self.
yeah, exactly.
I
So
promise.
these are some of the issues that are with the system. It is not.
There's some
It's not
poor design
free.
flaws in this thing.
That goes to
Exactly.
Too
policy.
many parts.
That goes to policy, and it doesn't go to the system itself because a lot of people still have that nostalgia. And shout out to to our boy, you know what I'm saying, where he says nostalgia is
It's
a hell of a drug. But the
drug.
fact of it is that it still exists amongst us all. When you see a Mario game, you see a Zelda game, a Star Fox, a Donkey Kong, a Kirby, a Yoshi, Metroid, it still gets you that point to where you know what, Nintendo is still relevant. They bring out the games and they're more lenient on their policies. They'll be okay. That, you know what I'm saying? They're not looking to be a slobber knocker with the console space. They're looking at it to maintain their strength with the handheld, but they want to get that extra revenue from some console fans because they want people to see that you can dock this thing and play it like a console.
All right. Well, not for anything. It's getting on, 8:15 or whatnot. I know we started a little bit late because had to get everybody into the hangout, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna pose this with just like one question before we kind of do the outros and everything like that. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down the list here. I'm gonna say, Nintendo Switch, is it a success or a failure? So it's kind of like your prediction. Just a one-word answer would be fine. So, Jimmy, Nintendo Switch, is it a success or is it a failure?
It's going to sell a lot, and then it's going to lose third-party support in about 12 months. It's going to be dead, except for first-party support, and at that point, we could have just kept playing the Wii U.
So success or failure, man. You gotta go out
Okay.
there.
Oh, you're backing me into a
You
corner
gotta
on the
go out
sunset.
there,
I
man.
don't think this is a fair question, Xbot. You need to cut that one. I'm sorry. You can't say that
You guys got
until
saved
it
then.
comes out and it happens,
I
and
like
then we can
predictions,
really.
though. I love predictions.
No. You can't. Okay, but you're
She's
saying
mad
is
at
it
me.
a success or a failure? You can't say is it or isn't it because it hasn't happened
Just
yet. So you
hypothetically
can say,
speaking,
do
though.
you think it'll be a success or a failure? You can,
Okay.
go on.
Do you think
Nice.
success or failure?
I think within 12 months, failure.
All right. I got you, man. All right, Mega. Do you think success or failure?
Success.
All right. Newark. What do you think? Success or failure?
Success.
All right.
I mean, I'm stuck in between, but I'm leaning more towards success.
All right. The Don. When you think, what do you think? Success
it's
or
it's
failure?
gonna be a failure, and it comes down to third-party support. If you don't have third-party support, there's no reason to release a console. So,
Okay.
failure.
All right. I got you. Oh, snaps. What do you think? Success or failure?
I plead the fifth.
Uh,
Fuck you all.
All right, Foos, what do you think? Success or failure?
Tiebreaker.
And I'm gonna give it to y'all because I think it's gonna be a success.
Oh,
I ain't gonna play it.
Hold
It
on,
ain't
I
gonna be
still
a
gotta
success
say.
for me, but it's gonna be a success.
I still gotta say, I
No.
I love predictions. You guys know I love predictions.
He's gonna say success.
I'm gonna give Nintendo a straight F for failure.
What?
Oh goodness, guys! I hope you really enjoyed the show. I know I had a blast doing this for you guys tonight. Guys,
It was fun.
everybody on
Very fun.
thank you, thank you. Yo, this was a lot of fun to do. Um, of course, we're gonna go down the list and do the outros, all that good stuff, and we're gonna start with our special guest, yo, Jimmy. It has been a blast talking these topics with you, man. I'm glad we stole you away from your girlfriend for a little while. Uh, dude,
Thanks for having me, man.
man, I'm glad you're back out of the shadows. You're kind of back. You're back on Twitter and everything like that. Why don't you let people know like where they can find you? If there's anything else you want to let them know about yourself, just you got the spotlight, man.
Yeah, there is a little bit, man. Yeah, back out of the shadows a little bit. Yeah, so add me on Twitter if you want at Jimmy Rose spaces and capitals. There's I've got a YouTube channel, but it's been pretty quiet for a
All
while.
right, hold on, hold on, hold
Um,
on. Somebody's playing with pots and water.
Wash some
I
dishes.
thought my mic was muted, man.
Yeah,
My
no, it
bad.
wasn't, man. All right, my bad, Jimmy.
I
Go ahead.
apologize.
Go ahead, Jim.
yeah, we're getting back into the swing of that, but yeah, in the next sort of couple of months, I've actually been quiet for a bit of a reason. I've been working on something, a little podcast that might be happening at some point with a couple of UK guys. It's not going to be all gaming; it's going to be everything geek, and it's going to be a little bit close to the wire. So I'll sort of keep you posted. Maybe you guys can do a bit of a promo for me when it eventually happens.
Oh, of
But
course,
it's
man.
not going to be for the faint-hearted. It's going to be a little bit risky. So yeah, it should be fun. So lots of things in the works at the moment.
Nice. Well, Jimmy, I love risky. So, man,
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Anything you need, I will do my best to kind of help you out, man. No doubt.
Cheers.
All right. Well, let's go down the list here. Foos, the golden voice, man. What have you been up to?
Yo.
What have you been up to? How can people get a hold of you? You know the deal.
Yo, I ain't been up to much. It's chemo week, so I ain't really been able to do a whole lot. But I did throw together some gameplay that I hope y'all liked. I ain't done nothing on YouTube in the last couple weeks, but I got some ideas coming, so be sure to keep your
You,
eye on that.
I do know you're part of a secret project. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But
Yeah,
I
and
know you're
I
part of
I
that.
didn't want to say nothing about that. I just so we'll keep that one on the burner for a little bit
I hear
longer.
a toilet.
All right, we have a first.
Just had to flush the toilet.
Yo, Newark, we need to talk. That's all I gotta say. Yo, I think he did that
Yo,
on
but
purpose for you, Foos. I'm just saying, man.
yeah, I think so too.
Well, I'm lost. What happened?
Did you flush the toilet, man?
We heard your toilet, man.
Did
Let's
I?
be honest.
Nah, my
Yeah.
mic muted. I just
No,
unmuted
no.
my mic.
We heard.
I'm in my kitchen cooking dinner. That's why you heard
Yeah.
pots and water.
All right, that might have been Mega then, man. I don't know.
Mega taking a mega shit.
But
Oh, no, that
go,
wasn't me. That was somebody else. Yeah, my
go,
bad.
go ahead, Foos. Go ahead. My bad, dude.
Confessions.
Yeah, but keep your eye out on my YouTube. Like I said, we got some things happening, and it's
No, the mic
Fuski's.
was reached that fucking far. That was long. Oh, I have the door. I got the door all cracked open from. Okay, that's cool. All right.
All right, yo, you're not
right.
muted, Mega.
Hmm.
You're not muted, man. You're just talking like your brain.
I was talking to you. I was talking to y'all. I was just saying.
you
I was talking about, yeah, I was talking to you guys.
All right, I'm just gonna make this quick. You can find all my information at thenextpodcast.com and check it out. Peace, people.
Yo, I can't stop laughing, yo. I swear. Oh my goodness. Oh snaps. Hello.
What?
Are you in a good mood?
Keep it fit.
Are you cheery? Happy?
Such a good mood.
Don't kill me once the show is over, okay?
I'm actually waiting for you
we had
to
a-
like
we had a
hit
great
that
show.
stop button.
We had a great show. All right, that's all I got. That's all I gotta say.
Are you trying to convince me of that so I don't kill you?
Yeah, exactly. But yo,
Yeah, it's all good.
oh snaps. I know you have a new show. Wednesday mornings and stuff like that. Why don't you let people know about your show, what you've been up to, and how they can get a hold of you?
All right. So you guys can go on my channel. Oh, Snap is Mel. I've been in the chat all night. Just click on it. Check out Coffee, Casuals, and Consoles. That's on every Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have myself as the host, Supersonic Supersonic Station. I can't even talk. WTF Stick Figure just joined us, so I'm really excited about that. And Xbot, that weird guy. So it's a pretty awesome show. You guys should totally check it out, and you can find me on Twitter at Girls Can Game 22. And on the nextpodcast.com, on Xbox, Oh Snap Suckers, and I don't know. Now I'm just rambling.
Now you're just rambling. I got you. Next on the list, let's get this 45-minute scroll out of the way here. Yo, Mega. Mega, are you there? Mega?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right, we are ready for your scroll of appearances, man. What you got for us?
Okay, check it out. I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna try to be as light as possible, but I am gonna have to break it down at the end. All right, check me out on BGST, the biggest podcast out going round. If it wasn't for these PlayStation crazy people, BGST. I should say, if it wasn't for BGST, the PlayStation Nation wouldn't have anything to talk about. If it wasn't for any of us Xbox YouTubers, they wouldn't have anything to talk about. It'd be dry as fuck over there. Then I do the multiplayer, and then of course with my family, the next podcast, and there's a announcement that I've been keeping under wraps, but it's time to start talking about it. I will have my own podcast coming out at the
Sabotage.
Yes, advertisement. I will have my very first podcast on my own channel, and it will be on Friday nights, and it'll start it on that first week of Friday. But see, that wasn't me. Now I thought that was something. That ain't me. That's somebody else.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I just had to get you back.
I heard it this time.
Yeah, that wasn't me. Somebody got a prostate problem. Y'all pissed like a motherfucker.
Foosh is like, I got you back.
That's pretty awesome.
Anyway, so also what's really crazy is because Xbot and the Don will be a part of that podcast. And if you want to listen to Xbot and Don talk more than me, then that's what's up. So and then
I can understand.
Cool
I can understand the addition of that guy Xbot, but I'm still confused about the Don, man. I don't know.
I'm mostly guest appearance because it depends if I have the day.
Right. Don's going to be, but then we'll
it's
also
cold
have
out, and he's going to supply the chinchillas, right?
Right.
Exactly.
He'll supply some chinchillas, but other people will be Delilah HD and Lady Infamous and All Day. So it's going to be really crunk, and then of course we're going to have a special guest, and my special guest I'll save it until like that next week, or whatever. So but that's really huge, man, especially on Fridays. But I had to ask him, what I'm saying, because Friday night, so that should give you guys a hint. But it's we're going to have a good time doing that, and I hope you guys come and support me like you've supported the next podcast. And that's basically it, man. This is all love. We can argue and have a good time. That just shows that we're family, because if we have a disagreement, then we'll all be all good and just game away, what I'm saying, later on in the night. So it's all great.
Yeah.
I got you, man. Well, first of all, I want to say, when it comes to the panel for this show, like having Lady Infamous, Delilah, and All Day, like you got a freaking awesome panel right there. That show is gonna be fire, man.
Yeah, and then what I'm saying, and of course the next podcast is always could just hop in anytime they
might
want
be
to,
popping in.
So you just pop in, hit the doorbell. Oh, and then also let me say this one last thing. I am doing it's just not me, it's others. We're doing our own thing. It's called Gamers Recognize Game. That's the name of the podcast, actually, and we're doing game night. So I'm doing game night on Fridays at 10 p.m. Central. So if you guys want to hop on and join, it'd be great. The last week was absolutely awesome because it was next against Intro Media Gaming. But this week it wasn't so hot. I mean, it wasn't that many people, but that's because I didn't throw it out enough. But I'm going to be advertising the shit out of that. So, I think we're going to be playing Halo next week. But if you want to override that and say whatever, the crowd is the one that picks that. So you just come and let me know, and we'll be gaming on that Friday night at 10 p.m. Central. So just hit me up and let me know.
Sorry to interrupt you, but someone asked what the name of your podcast was.
It's Gamers Recognize Game. It's GRG podcast. That's what it's called.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you.
We got that scroll off there. That's a check.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Yo, Newark, man. Dude, I gotta say, absolutely great show tonight. I loved hearing your opinions, man. I love hearing like your passion for the hobby that you love, man. That's something that like always comes through when we're talking in party chats or anything like that. You're a cool, calm dude. So to hear you get like so passionate about something, man, I gotta say you're probably the MVP of the show tonight. So yo, why don't you let people know, where they can find you, if you have anything to announce, anything like that, man.
As far as me announcing anything, I'll usually announce apps. I announced an app that was I think it was like 12:30 Central last night. I was just up, couldn't sleep, and I was going through the store and found this new app where they show live webcam. Like I posted it in the Xbox News for Xbox Gamers Group Club and Next Nation Club on the Xbox. But if you want to holler at me, I'm always on Halo playing Breakout, and I like hopping on Team Arena from now and then. And you can also follow me on Twitter at NorkNJ360, where I'm also very active at. So everybody enjoy the rest of y'all weekend.
No doubt, brother, man. No doubt. And last but certainly not least, the Don.
Hey guys. Wow. I ran into a little bit of a situation this last week. I did a little artwork for BAM, and everyone's asking for artwork. So I'm trying to get all that organized. I really wasn't planning on that
Me
sort
first.
of reception on all that sort of stuff. Apparently, Snaps is first now again.
She cuts in line, man. She
But
does that.
I'm going to get that all figured out. If you guys are interested, feel free to hit me up. But on the same token, I'm not trying to step on, the graphic gods, like, feet or anything like that. Like, he's a great person to go to. He's super reasonable when it comes down to his stuff and all that sort of thing. So, hit him up if you're looking for something. If you like what I'm doing, hit me up. But right now I have a backlog. I have about 6 clients now because of it. So if you do want to hit me up, you just have to say something, hit me up in a DM. We'll talk about it on Xbox Live. My Xbox Live is the Dawn space KTR, which stands for Kiss the Ring. You can always hit me up on Twitter, which is the same thing. Normally there's a link underneath the YouTube video, but this week for some reason it got missed. So
Dude, I told you before time, man. Still trying to blow up my spot. Yeah.
But that being said, and then just to show that there's no harsh feelings between anyone here in the podcast, I'm going to send probably K Mega and New York a little care package for their Switch when they buy one. So,
Oh.
no jokes. I'm not going to be sending any joke stuff. Like, gamers are into games, and you got to protect your investment. So, I'll send them a little care package. I'll come with something to just show there's
You
no
guys get
no
ready
hard
to
feelings.
milk that cow.
Oh yeah.
You guys get ready to milk that
We're
cow.
gonna get a cow. Yeah, cow game. God, dang, I don't want that cow game.
All right, guys. Like I said, like I had a lot of fun doing this show. I have a lot of fun every week, but I feel like this show, man, it was popping from start to finish. I gotta give the MVP to Newark. I figure, like he killed this show today. And as usual, everybody that was watching, we hit up over 100 people watching. Thank you guys so much for your continued support on this show and the panel. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing to see you guys come out every week on a Saturday night. I really appreciate that. I can see it being like tradition for a lot of people. I see a lot of the same face names, and I see a lot of new names too, which is really awesome. But guys,
Yeah, we're awesome.
it is Saturday night. As usual, have a great weekend. I hope I hope next podcast help kick it off. To have like a lot of fun this weekend. You guys give us the power to keep doing this show. The support you give us, everything like that. It it motivates us to continue to innovate, to continue to create, and to continue to evolve as a gaming podcast. So thank you guys so much. And as I always say, we'll check you out next Saturday for the next podcast. Have a great weekend, guys.
Peace,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Thanks.
See you later, guys.
Hold up.